I think that I'm going to hiding, somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We can run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. I won't let you down. We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me.
And we're away. Who's going to come out on top? Wow, what a save. Oh, he's another one! G'day everybody, we're back for another round at Silverstone, and I don't have any game sound, but that doesn't matter because you're only here to listen to my voice, and that's totally fine. Introducing other commentators tonight, Glenn Germain and Patrick Oliver. How are we, gentlemen?
We are good, thanks, Mel.
Absolutely excited. Looks like some precipitation on the horizon, that's for sure.
Yes, we saw a little bit of moisture for the practice session, but it's cleared a bit now. The rain's cleared, and so has the audio, which is fan-bloody-tastic.
Always good news.
But how we been, nonetheless?
Yeah, good. Last night was a ripper. Really enjoyed seeing yellow and green last night. It was a rookie, or not a rookie, but a debutante hitting the podium.
Oh, yes.
In the first race too, which is just
crazy.
Next level.
It was very interesting last night's racing. We didn't see any rain, very un-UK like weather. But maybe tonight, things could be different.
Definitely a bigger field in this split as well tonight. I think the biggest we've seen this round.
36?
6, yeah.
Beautiful.
Always have to subtract one for the safety car.
Yeah, I always forget to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just let the safety car go at some stage. Just have a dip.
Now, as we get started with quali, do we have any qualification bans for this round?
Oh, that's a good question.
Maybe
I'd like to guess yes, based on this being round 5. But you'd probably have to dive into Discord and suss that one out. Thank you very much, Dan Murphy, for the $30 donation. He is a fan of the Patrick Oliver fan club. Wow. Well, he's in the Patrick Oliver fan club.
Things you love to see.
There you go, first member. I'm joking.
No bans yet, but there are 2 on 9 and 3 on 8. So, coming into this penultimate round, it could be some vital points going into next week.
Could be costly for someone tonight. They incur the wrath of the stewards.
That's for sure.
We're just going to try and keep it under 25 penalty points to be allowed access to the finals, which is in December. And just on that note, if you have been participating in OOR races, whether that's the F1 series or the ACC series, sprint, endurance, special events, retrospective trophies will be sent out next month for all the champions. So be prepared for an inbox from myself looking for your address to send it to.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Good. Yeah, so if you've ever wanted a framed pineapple, it's coming your way. G'day, Neary. Hello, chat. How we doing?
Good evening, chat.
So let me test something else.
Don't forget to thumbs up the stream and subscribe if you don't already. It's nice and easy. 2 clicks away. Smash it out. But who we got so far? Got Nathan Villalonger.
Dead as a doornail.
NRCA, Bryce, Glenn, Jan. Everyone say hello to Jan if you haven't already.
Hello, Jan.
Cameron, Clint, Alex, John, Eamon, Ben, Moritz, Linton, Mary, Dale King, G'day, Chad, Alex Crawford. Welcome in, everyone.
You got to keep going, mate. You can't miss a single soul now.
Matt Powell. There we go. I'm just going to yell their name out. I don't think I missed anyone. I think
missed me.
as far as I can see. You were always here, aren't you?
Yeah. I just fixed the sound, so now my life is good.
Laughing. Muku Kitty, how are we? I'm just going to be an alert this stream. It's just going to yell out any name that I see in chat, even if you're talking. You'll love that.
Just got to do real quick. Bracken, Tully, Kitty, Murphy, Wagner, Powell. Oh, they've slowed down. Wagner.
Moritz
G'day, Zalking. Look,
I don't think...
I've been listening to Cornboy too much.
Jamie Cornboy.
With Gabby. Did you watch last night's broadcast back?
I did. Actually, I was watching the first race when he said Gabby.
Gabby.
It's kind of funny.
Good old Gabby. He is Cornboy in this split?
Yes. I believe so.
I think I said to him last night, it's a podium or ban. It's a bit harsh here in OOR, but this is how we roll. I didn't say ban though. I said all riot.
Riot. Well,
riot's a bit different to a ban.
If I cause a riot, no doubt I will get banned.
It's pronounced Reginald Mull. Moritz, is that your real name? I've been meaning to ask. If you don't want to disclose, just message me on Discord. I don't even want to try and pronounce Neri's name there. Riot or ban? I like that.
Looks for Nerisiania Raleigh.
And Gallo's finally got a time on the board. A lot of drivers struggling at the moment.
It's a fast track, so it's probably not helping.
You're not wrong.
Tailwind into Maggots Beckett's maybe a bit helpful down the hanger.
Is Simon Scanlon weak sourcing again?
Probably. But he's on the new gear now, so
he's on the gear.
He's got new gear now. I don't know what he's on. Canberra's they're built different out there.
They're built different, they run different. What did I fill out the form for? Is that what I'm asking? I only asked that because is there a German soccer player or basketballer with the same name? If so, we've got royalty here, ladies and gents. We do anyway.
I think there would be thousands upon thousands of Wagner soccer players.
Wagner, mate. You don't come to OOR Asia Pacific broadcast for correct pronunciations. Shout out to Danny, who's the pronunciation police here in OOR. Never seen her, never met her, but always out in force.
Some pretty familiar faces up here in the top 12 so far. Good to see Raggy. Yes. All the way up there in P5.
He loves his Silverstone in the Macca.
Waggy.
I sure hope so.
Love you, Waggy.
You know, also I found a part of the track where you can fall through after the last race last night, by the way.
Where's that?
So if you go straight on after the checkered flag, there's like a gap in the wall and then there's a patch of sand in front of the gap of wall. You can fall straight through the patch of sand.
Wow.
Where do you end up? Narnia?
Just in the Neverland underneath the map, the track. It's quite... It didn't save my replay, but I have it on my stream. It's quite funny.
I had a replay from a last AMS2 session where Oliver Shoesmith hit the wall so hard at Interlagos as O'Hara goes 57 flat. He went through the fence, along the outskirts, and then about 50 metres in the air. Hilarious.
See where 152 is, I think, just about on the map. I don't know who they are.
Oh, nice time there, Villanueva. Pro-Am right behind Raggy. So the Pro-Am stirring it about at the moment. As Shane McClaw says, I can do that too, gents. Look at the gaps between those three. That is ridiculous.
Get rid of Andy's time and they're pretty close, to be honest.
It's much like last night with old mate Hooly Dooly. You're welcome,
Yeah,
Cam.
he had to step up when Philippa wasn't there.
And Herbert's just snuck himself up into the 6th position.
Nice work.
Great stuff.
Pretty close quality there. Did within a second and a half from 4th all the way to 20-something there, so...
Well, the game's taking an absolute piss take because there's no rain on the horizon. Big sads. Maybe for Split Red, or maybe even the second race here, the one that I'm going to call the start of, might have some precipitation. Patrick Oliver, I'm going to put you up to call the start of this race when we get around to it.
Beautiful. Well, we know my record, especially from last week at Barcelona,
Immaculate.
of commentating race starts, so I got 100% strike rate, I think.
I think so. Oh, I think so. It is good to see a car other than the McLaren in the top step here.
Yeah, only one in the top 6, so... You know,
very good in the race
spread
as well. What do we have? I think there's a few cars that didn't get a lap in for qualifying. Maybe a couple of quali bands. Maybe a couple of weak sauce moments. Simon Scanlon. And,
no quali bands?
No quali bands.
No.
Oh God, think of the drivers. Always think of the drivers as we curse them. And then I quickly move on.
Then just handballs it off to me.
Big week of racing.
Yeah. Huge.
Got sprint last night, tonight. Saturday night we've got our endurance series round 3.
Just remembered. I haven't turned a lap for Hungary yet.
And on Sunday we've got F1 making its return for round 1 at Bahrain. Somewhere in there'll be sleep, food, and maybe Max will get fed as well.
Well, chat, you know the way to get Max fed. Give it a big thumbs up. Super easy, 1 click away. Helps out the channel in the long run.
Right, as we're going through the formation lap, let's just go and discuss, if I can find where I've put it, the standings for Split Blue. Leading the way, and unsurprisingly, is this man on pole position. He's on 401 points. Right behind him, though, very, very close, just 9 points adrift, is Jean-Pierre Sonikas, who's starting immediately behind Mr. O'Hara. Then we've got Michael Young, who was leading prior to last week in the Pro-Am class. So he's been bumped up to Pro. He's on 362 points. Then we've got Matthew Lamb, Lachlan Henderson, Scott Blair, Ashland Reynolds, Oliver Kitching. Marcus Van Vliet and Ben McConnell, 1 and 2 in the Pro-Am class. And in AM class, we have Neil Wood leading the way over Phil Vernon, who's actually withdrawn from the series. So Neil Wood's lead extended, probably on track for a wildcard entry to the Pro-Am finals.
Well, a couple of those names you mentioned are sprinkled in and around the field too, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of moves and shakers we have on the points board after this round.
You're very right.
Where's Bruno Gallo in the point standing, Mel?
He's 11th, so he's on 184, averaging 46, so he's a little back at the moment. So the drop rounds will be taken out next week. So you'll be able to see that in a bit more detail of where the actual standings are. So if you're not familiar with that, it's the lowest scoring round out of the 6 rounds gets removed from your overall. If you miss a couple of races, well, unfortunately the second one will count, so your big fat 0 will count in your average. That's why attendance is very important. And after round 6 we're going to have a week off, and then we've got 3 weeks of finals, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, super excited and
Rip Stewards.
hope I can attend that. Do we know what formats we're going to see there yet? Have they been posted?
Very, very similar. No, very similar to what we've got now.
Okay.
just a
Well-
night race, an evening race, a couple of day races.
As we come up to Brooklands, what's that straight called? I forget, but this is Brooklands nonetheless, coming into the
Straight.
Wellington. That's the one. There's Hamilton, Wellington, and Hangar. There we go. I'm all on it. Anyway, coming around the last few bends, and as the safety car is at the start pit lane there, Andrew O'Hara is leading his rival directly behind him, JP Sonicus, and Bruno Gull on the outside there. Behind him we have Matthew Lamb, so should be a quite competitive little 30-minute race here. First of the two. Let's see what can happen as they are about to go. Oh, you silly sausage. Green, as McLaren pulls out quite early there. Stuart might keep an eye on that, but gets kind of mugged on the outside there, so
Background.
no winning.
Pit.
Oh, and there is a car park already. Turn one. Oh, that's a massive... Okay, yes. Well, I dare say we made it one corner. Put me...
12
fucking
fucking meters!
I'll see you next week.
See you, Pat. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thanks,
Wanted
Pat.
to have a job. I'll just go back to the unemployment line.
Remember to support Pat in Movember.
He needs more donations now.
Yep.
Ah, well.
Only fans coming in. Pay the bills.
Alright, well, let's find out what actually happened.
There was a weird start there from Lamb in the back. Maybe he had a little bit of an early jump to the inside, but woo-wee! I'm just going to sit back and relax, and I reckon Glenn can take us to the second attempt at green.
Oh, I'll give it a crack. Yeah, what a mess, eh?
It's something. Oh God, that's a little bit less than us last night in our second race there. We got to turn 2. I don't think they got through turn 1. See,
It's our replay.
Lamb gets a bit
Looking back.
jumpy,
Yep.
and is that Scott Blair?
Blair,
It is.
yep.
He's been very lucky there to not get absolutely pounded like that McLaren did like several times.
Oh, McCaws has been absolutely murdered multiple times. He gets a tilt
Scott
tap
Blair.
there, spin there, T-bone here,
He's already dead.
nudge
He's
there.
already dead.
He's already dead.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Look, not...
So, it's going to be a bit of a recovery drive from those few drivers there. I think, is that Daniel O'Donnell in that red Porsche?
Yeah.
That is a sad start there.
Yeah.
There goes another quick release.
We've got some favoured runners down. Down 35, 36. Dan O'Donnell's down P35. Scott Blair's 36.
Just maybe not holding his brakes. I don't know. Can we see what happened to Lamb off the jump there? I don't know if maybe he was a bit early to get. Maybe I don't know. It was weird. It was weirdly bunched.
Yeah, we didn't see the green.
Yeah, I think he's just
He
nailed
lost
that.
out anyway. But
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
God, you need a lotto ticket if you're one of those top 6 drivers getting through that. But it's going to be another little, as they get behind the safety car, it's almost going to be a 25-minute sprint. So, but Moritz, yes, Raggy did make it through. He was in one of those lucky top 6 cars there.
I suspect, based on the way that is at the moment, that this will be the only lap the safety car does.
I think Scott Blair might get a bit of a paddling too for that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Scotty Blair make a mistake.
He's got good memories around here, especially in the safety car. One of the famed clips.
Oh,
of
yes.
OOR. Yeah,
It was here.
it's coming up to this exact corner.
Just looking at the timing sheet. Ruggy's jumped up to 5th.
Yep.
Big jump there. in the scheme of things. I'll just flick down a driver. There we go. We share the sheet a bit better. Connor Kingston's the 11th. Who else has really moved up? But
I think they got much time, did they?
no. So Shane McLaws is just leaving the pits now, as is Bugden. And obviously in sprints, the safety car doesn't have to wait for those to catch up. So if you decide to pit for damage, then that's on you. Sometimes there's circumstances that arise where the safety car will stay out longer, or we do allow them to catch based on that. And in this scenario, as you can see, if you look at the track map, that's the gap they've got to try and bridge before they get to the start finish. Oh, they might get close here.
Yeah. But they'll be coming out probably on cold tyres. So
Oh, I don't know.
they have to give their best. Well, you wouldn't change them, would you?
I think the tyres for the actual cars out there might be cooler, because they're going to be full noise out of the pits the whole way, so they might actually get some more temps than the guys in front of them. See, the safety car has peeled away in the background, though. There's an Aston, is it?
No,
Off in the, it's a Porsche, sorry.
There's no ghosting on the safety car here, so got to be very careful. That gets you a good paddling. But those two cars, you're right, probably get on the back of the pack by the end of this sector. But Glenn Germain, all yours, mate.
We've got O'Hara, Gallo, Sonicus leading the way in. Fortunately, this time we'll be in single file rather than two wide going through turn one. It looks like Andy's off.
He's away.
He's hit the go pedal. Let's have a look. JP, a little bit squirrely going through turn one. Can't see any casualties down the back at this moment.
It's only
Not
been
going to
one
speak too
turn,
soon.
Glenn.
Oh, I know, but I mean, you didn't get through turn one, mate. Here we go. Maggots Beckett's. Always fun to go 2 wide, 3 wide through there. Especially if you got a death wish.
Yeah, that looks like they've
Very strong start.
sorted themselves out now. Just keep an eye on Raggy. Looks like he loves things around here at his home track. Putting pressure on Henderson. As we know, though, as well, the McLaren loves it around here. A very strong grid. As we see, all cars single file, having a crack. It looks like McLaws is caught to the back of Blair and just got Bugden just off the back of the pack. So 22 minutes. It looks ominous out there weather-wise, but I don't see the conditions changing. Optimum track now. Slight breeze. Let's try and find some other battles.
I think this is the trickiest part of the track in racing conditions. I don't know what the big braking zone after Abbey is called, but before that little right-left
Yep.
thingy. But
That's a good spot.
Is it ever? Got booped there last night. Good fun. Really tricky, especially like different cars take it a little bit differently and can only straighten their car out. As Tyquin and Riley having a bit of hip and shoulder. That's like a bit of sadness on that Porsche, but he's going to keep it around the inside and probably hold it all the way. Oh, as another car thought about going up the inside of Riley, but probably going to lose out a couple of spots there. That's Rose Spenceley in the 166 Porsche.
Looks like Riley's had a livery change. I swear he was black. He's gone to red now.
Was black and red, might have gone red and red. I don't know. Oh, someone in the dirt. I don't know who that was.
It's just Simon dipping a wheel in.
Obviously going last the first challenge on stream or something.
In the background, the Porsche. Got to be careful coming back up. That's fine.
Spidey right on the back of Nick Miller, P4 in class.
Just
Going
saw
to
a
send it up the
car.
inside. That's a very shallow. Is he going to leave some space. He is, but Tyquin's going to think about making a move probably pretty soon just to clear this little battle. But has Scott Blair, one of our leading drivers, right next to him as he's thinking about around the outside, and he's going to get it done.
Nice
It's
move.
a great move there. A lot of respect. Now, a few of these top drivers who got a bit unlucky turn 1, they're going to be very aggressive. 20 minutes to go. Trying to get as many points as you can, I think, at this stage. Is Daniel O'Donnell just getting very tight in that braking zone I was talking about. Just going to try and stay on the back of McClaws here. No, Riley.
Yeah, McClaws is behind. He's got some damage repaired.
Andrew O'Hara did a 56.889. Excuse me? That's like 0.2 faster than his quali lap.
Yep.
That's disgusting. Put that away, Andrew. Dear oh dear.
Flying along at the moment. Gallo second. Sonicus third. McConnell still sitting in fifth, right behind Henderson. Love how delayed sometimes these camera angles are. Michael Young, who's moved up to pro class, rightfully so. This man's speedy.
There it is. That's the paddling.
It's the paddling. Looks like 42's just returned to pits. Not sure what's happened there. Orders car around 45. Try and suss that out.
What's going on here?
It's Tyquin in the pits, 42.
So,
What's
might want to
happening?
repair that damage, maybe. Not sure.
Maybe.
Chain of claws with a 5 second for an infraction on lap 1. So, might have been some,
Brakes.
brakes, I dare say. Ultimate local. There have not been any facts yet. That's not my job. That's race control / bender. I'm just the commentator's
Someone's
curse.
around.
Miller's around in the front there, and he just absolutely gets got.
Boop on the snoot.
That was, I dare say that was closer to the snoot, actually, for a change. Young around the inside of Van Vliet, losing the rear a little bit there. It's quite a struggle sometimes, the Honda racing around here. But gets the job done. Was that Kingston? That must have been Kingston. No? No, that was Van Vliet. Okay. There's the two Porsches and onto the Lexus. And that's a track cut. For the replay is Piper on the inside, or outside I dare say, Starter Becketts. Too wide is tricky through there, especially in this one, and he just, that's a hell of a save. He's done really well there to not just float back into the middle of the racing line.
Yeah, he's come to that corner at a very wide angle. So, just so much weight transfer of the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Car just said, no, I don't have the tyres, mate. And, yeah, as you said, great save to not skittle half the field.
Just missing things.
Just the Nissan things. We've got 166 around. Try and suss that out in a second. Just so many things to look at.
Yeah. What we got here? Matt Lane.
Yeah, good battle going on up here between Henderson, McConnell and Lamb. Brady's got a good run out of the loop there. Keeping that distance between himself and Lamb.
Want to see Porsche deaths?
Why not?
Oh.
Oh, oh,
Wow.
oh,
That hurts.
Talk about heavy Porsche hits. There you go. He just did a 56.78. He... So many words for Andy. He's almost 4 seconds ahead already. He's going to have a blast this second race, I can feel it.
Sad Porsche noises. Oh, let it snare. What noise would it be making now? This is, great fight. After Andy O'Hara, you got Sonicus right behind Gallo. Henderson fighting off McConnell and Lamb. Herbert and Villanueva duking it out in the background. So the top 12, Jamie Saxton having a great race. He's currently on the provisional pole for race number 2. We'll go down to Reynolds, who looks like he's really close to the car ahead. That's not Reynolds whatsoever. That's Reynolds.
Reynolds right on the back of, is that Harrods?
Yep, Harrods.
Go, smash it.
I reckon Reynolds is a smoky here for the reverse grid pole. I think he's got the pace. You just got to get past Harrods relatively soon. This is a good spot to do it. Harrods defends nicely, but goes a little bit too deep. Should still cover off the inside though.
Sorry, kind of not. Didn't seem very confident on the brakes there. Had a second go at it, and
there he
just went
goes.
a little bit too deep and loses out. But the Mercedes, no slouch on the straights, that's for sure.
I was hospitalised after a Porsche snap I had here once. What did you do? Oh, there goes the reverse grid pole. Is that a curse?
Well, that is a... Nah, that's not a curse. How did you know? We couldn't know. We didn't see. There's lots of stuff going on. But that spices it up. Maybe gives Ashlyn a bit of breathing room.
Not wrong.
This is also a little bit of a spicy, multi-license battle here. Who's that on the back of? That's it.
We've got Ferguson leading the way from Rodder, Piper and Atanyaki.
That Lexus just stayed well clear of the inside of Maggots Beckett's, but Rodder's got a pretty good run here. Maybe going to think about... There's not a lot you can do when the car in front defends this shallow. I found it quite easy to do last night, especially in the Honda with the legs on the straight, but he's going to try around the outside. Just doesn't have the grip, I don't say.
Very impressed with Rodder's improvement.
Yeah, definitely.
Ferguson's been a big improver as well over the last couple of seasons.
I think for Nick it might have just been a few of those first race jitters last week at Spain, and probably got a lot of feedback from people, so good to see him putting that into his race repertoire.
That's very true. Let's go a bit further down the field if I can find the button. Scanlon still in the thick of it. Belair's moved back up to 23rd. As you can see though, he's got the 15-second penalty. Made a slight mistake. Turn 1, lap 1. Spun a car, which caused the safety car. So he'll move down the order a little bit after that penalty. Meanwhile, Alien Alert catching the back of looks like Spenceley.
That lap time upsets me slightly.
Well, 232. Who's that? Bugden has had a moment.
No.
I'll try and suss that out in a sec.
He was already on a bit of recovery jog there, so that's a bit unfortunate. McConnell still holding strong with Lamb in his tow. Just over 11 minutes still remaining. Probably about, what, 6 laps? Maybe.
Dropped a little off the back of Henderson in the last couple of laps.
Looks like Bugden's accidentally turned his car off.
As Spidey gets another penalty? No. His first? I don't know. Got 5 seconds.
I think it was his first.
The lap one.
for this race. Oh, let's go through the field a bit. Big boy Toyota. P2 and Pro Am at the moment.
Nice probably setting himself up well for the next, the reverse grid, should I say?
Correct. So, if you're looking at the reverse grid, Reynolds is currently in that box seat for P12, but he hasn't been able to shake off Haritz yet. 6/10 back, 8/10 back is still there. So one little mistake, Haritz or Haritz, however you would like to say it, will move into that top 12. And your Haritz is going to start at 12th, pending a disaster. So what's the worst injury you've had sim racing? Chat? You got any cool stories to tell or sad stories to tell? I nearly lost my arm on Monday night doing, I think it was, what car were we in? I think it was the ARCs on a go-kart track. That was painful.
I only had a little boot in that one time that we were playing AMS as well, so nothing major, thankfully, just yet.
I know Dan Hunter's copped a very spinning wheel to the face.
Yep.
Injuring your pride. Yeah, we'll go with that. Mental health's important, Matt.
My cat jumped on my head once and scratched me. Does that count?
While you're racing?
Yep.
Didn't like your lap times?
Audacious. As there's some magnets.
Didn't make any difference to my lap times, Mel. It's still slow.
There was a car around at Max Beckett's. Don't know who that was.
Did we get a number?
It was 29, possibly.
Cat was probably just trying to give tips.
Yeah. Everyone's an expert.
Meg D.
Ouch.
Tore open my Capri extensor ulnaris in my wrist. What is that?
You heard a carpal tunnel?
No, sorry. Is it in your wrist somewhere?
Yeah.
Tore open.
It's not carpal tunnel, but it's one of the ligaments or tendons in there.
Wow.
Ouchies.
I got an F for O'Donnell.
Oh, he hasn't punched his wheel again, has he?
Don't
I
know.
think
Sam
might have been him
Bracken's
and
put a note in the chat. And I noticed he's down to 30th again, and he was up at 26 just behind Riley.
Oh, hopefully there's not been a bit of inter-team contact there.
Good battle here, though. Around 20th. Oops, wrong button. I found out what Dan just before.
That's a huge ouch.
Porsche things.
Yeah.
I just lost the rear there and in the grass.
So maybe that slight damage he had from that rollback on lap 1. Oh, this is looking very ominous. Bit of bump drafting there, I think. You saw it as well?
Yeah, Scott Blair giving him a bit of help.
Siciliano's going to look around the outside here. Scotty Blair's going to do the exact same. The car ahead. They're going to be a switchback. The Porsche's really going deep. There's Drifto, Schmifto everywhere. What are we watching?
P5 and 6.
Gentlemen, take your hats off.
Oh no. That's a send by our favourite DualShock user.
Oh, that's fine. Things you love to see. What a train, though.
That's an absolute gaggle.
Looks like McConnell's still holding off Lamb. He's just dropped back away from Henderson a little bit.
I think Stu Matthews is going to be the big winner out of this gaggle. He's within reach of Blair, who's four positions in front.
He's flying at the moment. Oh, McClaw's just gone to the back of a McLaren.
That's Riley. Big sad.
Yeah, Tom's not going to be happy about that. That's he'd fought back from down the list a bit too.
Yeah, sometimes a bit of swings and roundabouts. This time Riley's at the receiving end.
Sometimes you're better off staying in bed.
Yeah,
You can't get any points if you're in bed, can you?
that's exactly right. You can't listen to us talk smack either.
Top 30.
Oh, he actually, sorry, I take that back. You can listen to us talk smack in bed. You just can't be the recipient of it.
Well,
You can as well, actually. I'm
Ryan
just
Green could be
lying.
in bed.
He's laying on his tummy, looking
No,
at
he's
the
probably
thing.
sitting in his 80-20 rig with a controller.
There's a blue flag ahead. Oh, Lily's just made a couple of mistakes and they've caught up to the back of him.
So, no,
Here we go. AM driver under pressure here from a swarm of drivers behind. Look in the
Jesus.
background. Hornets.
The penalty boys in the background there. As they all form into a line and Green is drifting one more time. Oh, Siciliano doing a good job of keeping out of his bumper. Sorry, no.
Whoa, he's gone deep. Siciliano is super clean driving here from all involved. Greeny's really throwing it around that corner up just before, sliding through it, covering off. Dual Shock 4 farewell tour. I've just noticed his team name. So not only is Siciliano have to look out for Greeny, behind this,
Who was that?
look at this.
Was that McClaws?
3 wide. 3 wide!
Oh,
No way.
licked and stamped. Those two guys are good buddies too, so I'm sure they'll try to give as much respect as possible.
That's just great racing, gentlemen. Tip of the fedora.
As I said earlier, Stu Matthews just on the back of this he's gonna be the big mover and shaker. He might even get, I don't know, 4 spots.
There
3
he
spots.
is. He's Aston.
He's just got to sit close and let those penalties do the talking.
Yep. It's one of the better battles that I've seen for a long time.
That's Raggy.
There we
still
go.
Holding off.
Shane's picked up another 10. That's for that spin on Riley.
Is that Matt Lamb? Still on the back of Raggy, so those two are still going hammer and tong.
It's been going on since about lap 3.
Ooh. Was that Lily in the weeds?
Oh, that's Blair in the weeds.
Was that purple car?
Here we go again. This is Hanger Straight, I believe.
Yep.
And Siciliano for the 3rd lap in a row. Greeny's going to send it deep, slide around the corner. He's going to switch back. He may have enough of the run here. Greeny, that's off track.
It wasn't ahead though, so he's not making an overtake, I would say. I know
He's
there have been
definitely
some,
gained an advantage
stipulations.
though. This corner is this the one where a lot of drivers
No.
push each other's wide? Yeah.
After that as well, this next one, Abby.
Yeah, but going really wide before the chicane, you're carrying more speed. You may not be getting past, but you're actually holding position by going wide. So you just got to be very careful doing that.
That was Lily, who has dropped from 18th to 26th.
This,
that one
look at this
bad
train.
moment. So yeah, just join the back of it.
So you can see from Super Drone Cam.
But yeah, I think the stipulation would be like he was in front at the corner, or
Oh, it's not
gain an
just that.
advantage.
It's not just. We're not looking at the. It's gaining the advantage parts. Now, if you're ahead, but you're only staying ahead because you've run wide, that's the same thing as overtaking off track.
okay.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have been able to carry as much speed if he didn't go off track, meaning that he could hang on to that position. So that's the similar to overtaking. You just got to be very careful when he does it, because sometimes the game will penalise you for a track limit, which is fair enough. Sometimes it'll go whatever.
Well, I'm sure our stewards will do a good job as usual. But Scanlon looking to make a move on Blair. But all you have to do is hold that inside and force him on the outside, and he's done that perfectly.
This is super. This I don't want this to stop. Can we extend this race?
Yep, we got another 30 minutes. Oh, as the McClaws.
No, he's done well to pull that up. It looked like he wasn't going to. Love to see. As you said, though, it looks like Stewie Matthews and Glenn Stimpson are gain a significant amount of positions here, 3 each. Guarini and Siciliano can keep it clean. I'll stay ahead.
As the leaders come across the line for the second last time. So one more time around, they say. Can Ryan Green hold off Siciliano?
Siciliano. Yeah, he filled out the driver profile, so I know how to say it now.
He thinks about it, but just not enough. Wow, that was hectic. Sammy Sprinkler for a moment there.
Sammy Sprinkler. So what did Andrew O'Hara have for breakfast this morning, Glenn?
Oh.
Has he changed his diet, or is he sticking to it?
I'd say you don't give up a winning formula, do you?
So final lap of the race, Andy O'Hara leading the way by heaps. These guys here have been lap after lap after lap. This massive train. I can't leave this battle. It is too good. We don't get a chance to watch as many good mid-pack battles because a lot of them are up the front and not mid-pack. But here we go.
I think that's Andrew O'Hara coming around the last turn now, so nice win there from him.
Well done, Andy, picking up the win. Gallo's going to grab P3. P2, sorry, Gallo, and Senecus is going to pick up P3 here. Back to our battle. Oh, they're so compressed.
No. Oh,
Scotty Blair's going to look at the inside here. He's going to have a crack. Can Siciliano hang on the outside? He can't. Blair is flying at the moment. He does have that penalty. So no need to panic if you're the car behind, because you're going to pick that position up regardless.
this is amazing to watch.
It is. Oh, McLaws has stepped. Oh, and Matthews!
No,
Glenn Stimpson!
Get back there.
Oh, hats off, gents. That was a tremendous battle.
Oh,
Blair.
imagine getting a drive through there.
Oh, I'm sure it's happened. Oh, get off that ugly car.
As Simon Phillips takes P29, so there's points in that race. Nice job.
Wood, our current AM leader, is going to finish 30th to pick up 1 point. Lily, his combatant, finished 27th.
Is anyone going to find the patch of sand? No. Sad.
So we'll see that order switch around a little bit. Matthew should gain 2. Sorry, mate.
117 just doing the parade lap or something,
Yeah, why not?
I think, by the looks of it.
It's the big boy Toyota with the blue wheels. Iconic. Yeah, Matthew should still finish 2 positions up. He just lost out to Stimpson.
So he'll be in 22nd, I think. Siciliano will inherit P20. Stimpson will grab P21.
Just waiting for Andrew O'Hara to submit a urine sample. I reckon we could bottle that up and sell it as water.
Just crystals.
He only won by 10.7. So
Alien fuel.
1, 2, and 3 finished as they started. Good result for them. Braggy will be happy with his P5.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's a great race.
All right, we'll just look at the order in a second.
That's a proper piss take. Says
Oh, that
Ryan
was for the rain. 10:17 p.m. that happened. Sammy, we haven't even made it that far yet. I'm not sure how the game works out times.
No precipitation. That's
All right, let's just look at race. Final results: O'Hara, Gallo, Senekis, Henderson, McConnell held off Lamb, Herbert, Young, Villanueva, and Van Vliet. Kingston and Reynolds are going to be starting on the front row for race 2. Saxon's just missed out because of that penalty. 9.5 seconds back. He got the 10. Unfortunate there. He nearly extended that. I would not have expected that. Let's go back down further. You can see Matthews is 22nd. You go Blair, McLaws are both dropped a couple of positions for that. Let's go Pro-Am. McConnell, Villanueva, Van Vliet, and Lily Wood Miller. Gatorade Andy edition. I love it. Oh, I loved that. That was awesome battling.
Yeah, it was good to watch. Good to talk about.
Now they're going to go set a decent lap to get themselves a bit higher up that grid. So those that finished further down the order for race 1 that aren't usually down that way do have a second chance here. This is why I love the super quali. So you can expect people like Scotty Blair, for example. Just try and get a good lap in. Daniel O'Donnell, another big one.
I might put my money on Scott Blair here.
Scott Blair.
Who else do we think could be a...
O'Donnell, surely. He's a big chance. I don't know. Piper's got some pace, but he's in the Nissan.
And there's an absolute dog around here.
Yep.
Just
Ron Green, possible Smokey. Maybe someone will come from the clouds. McLaws is another chance. Some of these guys qualified pretty high race 1, but had some incidents. Car 3 has had a spin.
In the dirt. Not an ideal outlap, that's for sure. Can we watch a little bit of wheel work on a flying lap from this man that is on the dual shop? I think he's still on it. He said he was going to finish the season on it, didn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a big disappointment, Ryan Grant. If you watch this back, look, mate, you're better than that.
Not on a wheel.
Only one way to learn. That's just. I understand exactly why he wants to stay on the pad to finish the season off, because he's done most of it on the pad, or the whole thing on the pad.
What is happening here?
Bit of bunching up. You can see that wheel work. What I want to see is someone use a Wii controller or a Thrustmaster flight stick. Here we go. Conan in chat saying he loves the track. He's starting on pole position for race 2. It is a lot of fun. I love it, and it's great to watch too. If you're on a pad and do it, wow. Some of the saves it does is like you're not doing that in a wheel.
Nah, no way.
Bloody controllers. I'm getting epilepsy watching this.
Is this what Andy's like hand looks like when you say, "Hey, look how steady my hand is"? If he has what Glenn says for breakfast.
Yeah. I love you, Granny, but I can't watch that wheel work because it's making me sick. This is another Porsche, but this one is on a wheel with a brand new quick release.
No, he's on the backup wheel. The quick
He's on the...
things rock up. So
shock horror. 57.8 there for Scott Blair. Kick proceedings off here. Scott Blair.
Who said that for the first time? Was it like Space Dog?
Space Dog or Bender, one of those two crazy men.
You were talking about something, I forget.
Oh, we were taking the mickey out of it, another name, and then that was the next name that they looked at. It could be Braden Ross, to be honest. I think you're right. If any man's going to talk schmack, it'll be that man. Much love to you,
Delivery
Braden.
Police.
Delivery Police. The interior designer tradie.
Brought to you by Sony PlayStation. Maybe he's got the inside scoop for the next gen release of ACC.
Maybe he does.
That's what he's hiding from us.
Oh, here we go. So Daniel O'Donnell, P2. Who else did we say might have be a Smoky?
You said Green?
No, it was Blair. McLaws. P5. Because he actually out-qualified Scott last race. That's hence why he was ahead when that contact was made. But 57.8's a great time. He did.
58.6.
Yeah, Andy's a busy man. He uses every minute of the day, that's for sure. Especially now when he's, I think he's harvesting at the moment. Or it's harvesting season for him.
I was gonna ask Chat. Guess what Andy does for a job?
He's busy. That man is up before the sun, I dare say.
Would he be the fastest tractor driver on the planet?
It doesn't go very fast. I have seen a video of him going down the road.
Oh, that's one way to take the corner. Benjamin Piper, promote this man.
That looked quick.
That was insane. I loved every bit of that. I might go into this view and
Always looks quicker when you're sideways.
oh, it does.
Just missing things. But I think he sent us a video one time going past the geographical centre of New South Wales. He was just having a go at it because it's literally just a pile of rocks with like a little pergola next to it with some seats, like a picnic table. It's hilarious.
It's amazing. Told ya, I had a feeling. 57.4. So McLaws and Blair are pretty going to start side by side here again, and we know what happened last time. Not good things.
They just have to follow Andy O'Hara through, and then they've done it again.
Keep an eye on these deltas. Scotty is actually up by 2. Oh, it was 2/10. He's got to find 0.357. Well, this might be his last roll of the dice. I don't think he's going to get another lap in here.
Pretty close. Right.
I don't know what he was last one. Oh, a bit wiggly wobbly there. That's going to cost him a 10th or 2, and it does. Will he get another lap in? 3. Nah. That's a fence, Scott. I don't know why I did that. You would have improved your time, you bell end.
He had a bit of a safety barrier there, Phillips, I'll admit, but he might find that hole in the ground. Oh, no.
He's got, yeah. I was going to say he's gone to find your hole.
Well, he's 8 tenths, 7 tenths. Atanyake. He's going to move up to the top 2 rows. P3 here, the super qualifying. Ferguson.
Yeah, Mull said he was going to call this start, so I'm just sitting back and relaxing.
For sure. I'll show you how it's not done.
I think I showed you that in the first round. I only called one corner.
At least you made a corner, Imola.
Well,
oh, wee! Wow, that's a good save.
oh,
Greeny and his Braden Ross sponsored controller, 5 tenths. Move him up a few spots. Oh, actually, only a couple. P11. And that is qualifying done here for the Super Quali.
washed.
Did you say washed?
I'm just trolling. Holy moly.
That is very dry. Alrighty, race 2 here for Split Blue. Andy O'Hara picked up the win race 1. He's going to be starting in 12th position. Front row here is... who's going to be alongside Reynolds? Forgot. There'll be a car, that's all I'll say.
There should be a car.
Easy into turn 1. Never happened. Never happened.
But you win the race at turn 1, don't you? Is that how it works?
If only.
That's what Cam teaches us every week.
Yeah.
Make sure you go as hard as you can to turn 1. 5 wide.
5 wide.
Also, chat, don't forget to hydrate. Keep those fluid levels up. We still have 1.5 races to go tonight, so be sure to get energized and get comfortable in your seating position. Put your seat belts on. Put your tray tables away.
Make sure your luggage is stored in an overhead compartment.
Mm-hmm.
We did an OOR pre-flight video. How to take turn 1, and it's got nothing to do with the racing whatsoever.
It's got to involve oxygen masks falling from the ceiling.
Yes, that's a good one.
Ian would love something like maximum flaps or something like that. I don't know. That's how you get the most lift. I listened in school.
You listened. Alright, so here comes the unsafety car. Smashing its way through the field. Ready to watch a non-straight line. This part of the race is sponsored by Twisties.
We get the opportunity to do straight lines anymore with the
We've only got 12 cars that need to do it now.
Yeah.
We can't even do it with 12.
So you've just pranked them.
There's always one that'll just take the absolute mickey. The Jag rolls too.
Kingston? Is that Kingston? I think it is.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's right. Kingston would have finished 11th.
So he's got a lot of work to do here. The safety car's just absolutely jumped them and he's out of here.
Yeah,
Great
ready to
start
slow
from
down a
success.
smidge. Great start here. Andy's changed cars.
I hope he's checked his driver ID.
Well, that was quick.
Check his ID and he's away.
I'd love to know why. Like,
why is it in the car? Surely you'd want to
surely
check
you don't
that
just let some
before getting
random person come in your Jag. Oh.
Just walk up to the track. Guys, I've got my ID. I'm going in.
It's like a bus pass.
You got to tap on to get in the race car.
I'd love to own a Jag of that variety. I think they're a nice looking car. It needs the wing though. It really needs
front
the wing.
Looks like a face, and I don't like it.
I'd make it look more like a face.
Almost looks like Peppa Pig. Got the big snout as the intake on the top.
Peppa Pig.
I learned how to whistle.
I'm not going to be able to unsee that now.
Yeah, look.
You're welcome.
Take that. His safety car is not messing around this race.
Nope.
Wants a quick start. Maybe he wants to get back out there one more time. I don't know, but I know who's going to call it. It's our one and only Neil.
Thanks, Pat.
No worries.
Look, I've got good hopes. High hopes. This will be an absolute disaster. Not because the drivers are dirty, but just sometimes you just have one of those nights. But in saying that, besides lap 1, that was some very, very good racing.
Agreed.
So a couple of cars out of position than they normally would. That chunk around P12, so you've got Blair, McLaws, O'Hara, Gallo, Senecas. That's going to be hot and heavy. How well can they plough their way? Hopefully not actual plough. And he's allowed to plough because he drives a tractor in real life. Alright. Here we go. Race 2, split blue. Well, we have a clean start. We wait for the lights to go green. They are delayed due to the super quali. So it starts a bit closer to turn 1. We wait with bated breath. 2 bad gaps. Solid start there by Reynolds. Gets the gap straight away, but they bunched up here. That Lexus is they gained massive amount there on Van Vliet. 2 wide into Maggots and Beckett's. Usually ends one way. Oh, they really compressed a bit there. See the track marshals waving green flags, which also means absolutely all good so far. But usually they can get through that section pretty well. They're 3 wide just in the midsection here. We'll stay on board with this. That is O'Hara on the outside in the Ferrari. Drifting around the outside. It's down here when we normally see dramas. People getting caught out with their brake markers. Tiptoeing through a couple of 2 wides. You'd expect nothing less. Very tight. Gallo and O'Hara. Super tight. So halfway through lap 1. No mistakes have been made just yet. My fingers are crossed that will continue. Oh, geez, they've bunched up there very heavily, and there's a little bit of contact in the background. Looks like a Porsche of O'Donnell. I don't think anyone's spun though. Very solid start. You just want to see solid start because based on what we say, we go yellow flag, 29's around. Just the 1 car. Henderson and Senecas. Oh, Senecas on the brakes. If you don't mind, umpire. As O'Hara gets past Gallo. Great racing, and looks like for the some time in a long time, I've called it clean lap 1. I'm buying a lotto ticket tomorrow. Thank you, Split Blue. We're going to sign off. Catch you later.
And that's it. Right, thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, does that mean there's death to come?
Oh, there's going to be cartwheels now.
Yep. As that's probably a track warning there for Andy. It's just you just need to get your ducks in a row, in a line for Magus Beckett's, as Henderson thought about going the inside. Not really a place to make a move, I wouldn't say. The move has to start before Maggots Beckett's, I reckon. You got to go 2 wide the whole way or none of the way.
Yeah, that's it. I think the car ahead had a couple more. Oh, okay, that's not how you cook punch.
Oh, that's death! Yes. That's Mark's Van Vliet.
Yeah.
I just never understand how cars can go side by side on a straight and that type of contact. Like,
it's a huge bounce.
Just let them. Just the game's contact is a bit exaggerated.
It's like the whole car's made out of rubber.
Yeah.
Like, the bounce doesn't make sense. I don't think cars being that close are going to bounce that far. Like, that Porsche yeeted off that McLaren.
I think yeeted is the perfect word for that. Yeet!
It's like a soccer player throwing himself on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, they
Just
are
trying to get a
French,
card
aren't
from
they?
the ref.
Or are they Italians?
What
Who
are
knows?
Italian?
Italian.
Same
There you
thing.
go. Well,
Never get to 2006 World Cup.
oh, what was his name? Wait, is that the
Yeah.
guy that headbutt?
Yeah, not Zidane. It's another one in that team. Zidane's French.
They're all the same, aren't they? The Europeans.
Reynolds 58.9. Great start, making the most of that clean air. Bit wide there, Michael Young in the Honda. It's just filtered down.
On the back of Raggy there, every car all the way down to P18 is within a second, so he has got a lot of defence to do.
Welcome. Now he'll be loving this though.
JP gets a bit of a bad run out of Marcus Beckett's, so might get eaten up by Henderson, and then O'Hara just lurking in the shadows there. He's going to try and stick on the back of JP there. Absolutely dominates that Porsche down the straight, even with a toe.
JP
might get left out to dry.
Being
Henderson.
Absolutely bullied. But he's still got his lunch money. They haven't taken it from him yet.
Giving Raggy a little bit of breathing room there. So he had Lamb on his tail for the whole of the first race, and now he's got 10 cars queuing up behind him.
It's interesting to watch Andy there on the straight. Like, JP got such a bad run, and Henderson got a pretty good run too, and just tried his best to stay on the tail of the car in the front of the pack, so he doesn't lose out too much, trying to also make a move. So this is this lap 2 oddness.
Yeah, they're both
converged. You would have thought that both cars would have had something happen to them, but
I don't like that side by side. First off, sometimes I don't understand how drivers can make that mistake to run in, but they both went the same direction at the same time, so it does happen. But that contact doesn't really match what it would have been as Gallo. Sorry, the times is
They're pushing hard.
Decent wind too. What is the wind watch there, Patrick?
The 100 is blowing 10 k's straight down the Hangar Straight, so I don't know, does it really help that much, the wind? Does it help or hurt in this sim?
It does. I'd imagine into a braking zone, if you're getting a tailwind, it'll increase the braking length, but not as much as it probably should. I do notice, I think it's Spa, I noticed the crosswind through a Rouge was a little bit of a handful, but once you got optimum grip, like, I don't really feel like it plays much. These two have been connected at the hip, literally. McLaws and Blair. I wonder if Blair's going to take out McLaws for dinner tomorrow night. Oh, I think you should.
As now they drive straight into the wind, almost, off the left a little bit.
Great point there made by Valiance in chat. Does that make it a 10% wind? Have we just seen a tap out? Who's ahead? It is, I think that was Regan Herbert. Ferguson's gone very deep. He's going to be mugged here by Lexus, but he says, no, I'm going to throw it back in. Mum's allowed me. And the Lexus has been shafted.
Now he's lost his... he's given O'Donnell a bit of a hip and shoulder.
Donald's charging through the field, is he? Where did he qualify?
I think he was about 5th or 6th.
Yes, hasn't changed too much. Just having a nice little battle at the moment. Rooting for Raggy and Jeepers. Who's Jeepers?
I would dare say that's Jean-Pierre. JP.
The more you know.
Sounds like a European thing. Even though it's like an Aussie slang.
And even though he's South African. We've got a bit of everything there. I love the multiculturalism. It's a big word, Mal, for Thursday night.
Yeah, there you go. Word of the night.
That'll do me.
Multiculturalism.
That'll do me, I think.
I think JP was very happy to see another Safa in the Discord today. Made some friends, spoke some Afrikaans.
I saw that.
As there's a car around, who's that? Was that McConnell? It was. So Raggy has had a bit of a sad Maggots Beckett's, and he is plummeting. No, the things you do not want to see.
Is that Maritz again with the curse?
Well,
it was the Rager last night, now it's Maritz.
Now Jeepers is getting absolutely
Look out,
bombarded.
Jeepers. He's going to be sent into Ireland
A
here.
low Earth orbit soon.
Low Earth orbit.
Oh,
This is a great battle.
Henderson's had to just. Oh, that is some good racing there. Now, is he going to have the inside for the next part? I don't think the Porsche has that good legs, but
He has.
it's going to help
Stack it up,
O'Hara,
yeah.
if anyone. He's going to have an absolute run out of here. Jeepers creepers, he's lost 2 spots in one go. Uh-oh. I'm closing my eyes.
Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, Moritz, but both drivers that you talked about
Well,
were involved.
welcome to the party, Moritz.
He has apologised in
That
chat.
doesn't mean anything in these woods, these spots. As he might have got a bit of help from Jeepers there. Woo! Might be a bit of a paddling.
Oh,
Yeah, bit of a
yes.
1-2 left, right, good night there from Jeepers. But a bit of a bat.
Yeah, he lost the rear suspension a smidgen before that, and JP's just continued on. So tough one to look at. Stewart's to do their magic. But where's that put McConnell down to 17th and fighting another battle?
One thing that is astonishing me about this split is there are not a lot of gaps that have a 1 in the gap column. There are a lot of zeros. So lots of close racing.
Yeah.
Just makes you want to be out there, you know? Oh, wow, that was a move and a half from Van Belay.
You're right, Pat. The biggest gaps are actually up the top end. Reynolds has got a 2.6 gap on Young. And then 1.8 or so back to Lamb.
So who's leading this race? You haven't seen a lot of the...
He's off. He's doing a O'Hara at the moment, Reynolds. He's not actually off track. He's off as in he's gone.
I was
Oh,
going to say...
a bit of a touch there
Oh
from
no!
McConnell on Lexus.
Has absolutely helped Team Porsche here by the looks of things.
Oh, Greeny
Mario
versus
and Luigi
O'Donnell.
are
Can't watch.
right on his back.
Mario and Luigi. Mario Luigi. I don't even know if that was Italian. I'll stick with it. It was all right.
I think it was.
Thanks.
The Bash brothers right on the back of Raggy as Green.
If these two are Mario and Luigi, who's Princess Peach?
Isn't that Rodder behind? He's also in the same organisation, I think, now.
Paddle Pop Racing. And Gallo's car has a lot of damage. He's been involved in something.
Oh, he's had a paddle in, that's for
Oh, is that O'Hara? It is Andrew O'Hara! What is going on?
sure. What is happening? I dare say that was assisted. That guy doesn't make mistakes.
Oh my goodness, this is
There's so
getting
much
very
happening.
spicy. Greeny's had a wobble. Oh, this battle pack is intense.
This is insane. The stewards need Dan Murphy sponsorship right now, I think.
Oh, they need Andy O'Hara's supplier. Gallo's car is cooked. Look how much pace he's losing on the straights there. He might have to put that in the pits. Screeny, you've just said it. Rodder's hung on. Oh, they're converging. They might go 3 wide here.
There's a lot happening. I don't like this one bit.
Oh,
Oh, as Green just misses his
Oh
brakes and
my
O'Hara
God.
goes the same.
there's going to be a lot of sweaty races after this race. If you want something spicy afterwards, make sure you watch AP Blue Discord chat room straight after this race. But really though, this is just good racing.
Oh, that Bentley's very... Oh, how's that Porsche so shallow? It's all happening.
It is all happening. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
McConnell from downtown, southeast London, makes that move happen. He knows this braking point better than the back of his
Oh,
hand. I
there we
reckon.
go. Sad.
That's Triley.
I can't
Jeez.
keep track, Patrick. Help.
I'm trying.
Meanwhile, there's someone leading this race, but we couldn't give a shot.
We need 1300655506 right about now.
1300. Look, Tyquin's in the thick of it. Everywhere you look, there's just 6 cars with a blanket over them. Up ahead, oh, Kingston, Sneakers. Right, before I get to the replays, let's have a quick look.
Oh no! Our Andy! He's broken. All my TikTokers out there. That was for you.
So, what have we got here? Villanueva holding off Kingston, Sneakers.
Down the inside of Kingston.
Oh, he's done it. He's gone and done it.
Licked and stamped, but Kingston is no slouch. He's going to try and hold on.
He's right here in his right habitat. Blair is flying as well. No, I'm trying to do a David Attenborough really poorly.
David Attenborough?
Yeah.
That was more of a Bear Grylls, I reckon.
Alright, we'll go with Bear Grylls. Maybe Attenborough's a little bit more softly spoken.
He's a bit softly and more posh.
Pingu in the chat says I can only clench my bottom for so long. Well,
Probably should see
we're
doctor.
all feeling that.
Go see a specialist, I reckon. Like a frog in a sock. That's a new one, Matt. I've never heard that. It's going off like a frog in a sock.
You've
an
never
old
heard
one.
that? That's an old one. Patrick, where have you been all this time?
He's
Live under
too
a
young.
rock, apparently.
Adam Lilly.
Like
Here they come.
Patrick Starr, that's who I am.
After this, Pat, you got to nip out and just chuck a frog in a sock and see what happens.
I think I'd get RSPCA at my front door the next day. Or Peter. As we jump into the replay, this, oh wow, it was all by himself.
Nah, not really.
Oh, wowza.
Henderson
Had a big
Strats
mess in his
there.
trouser.
Henderson Strats.
Oh,
Ah.
that's griefing. He's throwing. Well,
Just throwing in a fastest lap just for the hell of it.
I mean, he's only in 16th to be quite fair, so he's not gone too far. Bit out of his natural habitat, but you know, holy mackerel! What is happening with that McLaren that just spun into the nether realm? Did you see that?
232. I'll say
Was that Ferguson? What was that? You will love that.
I'm just trying to find another one at the moment.
Bugden just turned into a Beyblade by the looks of internet.
Oh
Gallo.
my lord!
Gallo's in the pits.
Want to see big contacts? This is what happened in Gallo.
Oh, what was that car doing there? How did you? What?
You can't park there.
That
No parking, Herbert.
it's a no parking zone, mate. You're gonna get a tow. So he's. Oh, that's a funky place to lose it. I've never seen a car lose it there before. That's not even the big weight transfer, is it? It's Abbey. But wow. But yeah, car Bugden. Whatever happened to Bugden, that was something. I think it looked like internet. I don't know what it was, but he just disappeared and was spinning.
But he did hold his brakes.
Oh my god! This I cannot explain, but I think there's an internet issue here for Bugden.
Oh my god!
Wait.
Where did that car come
Look
from?
at that 360!
Pirouette.
Oh, Bugden the ballet dancer.
He went left to go right. Is he Lightning McQueen? 360 looks so good.
360 no scope. That is what it looks like in sim racing. Oh my lord.
That's amazing.
This race.
We see some interesting things in this simulator. I've never
This.
seen that before.
Oh my goodness. I have to do this button as well.
Oh,
Okay, so on the left-hand side, we've got the battle for 13th. On the right-hand side, we've got the battle for the lead, which is really being compressed. So Young and Lamb are right behind Reynolds here, duking it out. Oh, there's a spin. We've seen another sadness. I think that's Marcus Van Vliet. Yes, it is.
We need a third camera.
Oh, please donate. Become a patron. I need 15 PCs to cover this action tonight. And a couple more in the studio with me to press buttons. Oh, that's the wrong car, Mo. Let's go on board with this battle. Battle for the lead. Reynolds, Young Lamb.
So they've closed that gap up.
They have.
To Reynolds. So
it was never massive, but it's definitely as close as it's been all race.
Well, the two cars that are in the lead are notorious for not having the best late stint tyre life. So I dare say this is a bit of this, a bit of that for both those two cars. And
so are you putting your money on Lamb, are you?
I'm not saying that, but maybe we're seeing a bit of that for the two cars ahead. It'll be interesting to see what they can do for this last 9.5 minutes.
I think Van Vliet's self-inflicted.
A bit shallow.
Yeah, just carrying a bit too much speed through there.
And he did well to miss that.
Thanks, Pingu, there for the membership in YouTube.
Thanks, Pingu.
All goes towards Mel's 15 PCs.
The brakes, gotta go the brakes. I've done it again. I've seen it too many times there this round where you're just not pinching the brakes. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a 15-part video on it. But yes, it's been crazy. Mitchell Weston is rooting for Reynolds in the Lambo. I agree, CJ.
Yeah, a bit too shallow and a bit too deep. It's all happening.
If I was to dissect these two races tonight on Discord, this will take me 3 days.
Well, good luck on your post-race breakdown if you're doing that again. Right, so who's your money on? Reynolds, Young or Lamb? We've got Lamborghini, Honda or McLaren. I'm not commenting.
So that is a Honda for you. What do you reckon, Jermaine?
Young.
Honda?
Young. Yep, Honda.
All right, I'm going to say Lamb. Reynolds, I just want to take the pressure off him. What do you reckon, chat? Who's going to come out on top of this?
That's a track cut.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Now, we haven't seen a drive-through for track limits.
Oh, that's
at
wide.
all, I don't think, yet. So, I wonder if that'll spice this split up that little bit extra, you know? Andy O'Hara's almost made his way back to the top 10 on his front right now.
Flying.
Working.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Lambo win. Tell you what, Young's been awesome this season. He didn't classify himself too highly in the classification phase before the series started, but that could have just been because the Honda wasn't very good at Zandvoort. Because he was leading after 3 rounds overall. So now he's up into the pro class officially. Sitting P2 here for race 2. Going great guns. But Reynolds... Oh, that's a send. Oh my word, Reynolds was aware of that.
A lot of respect there, and Lamb's maybe going to try his hand. And no, yeah, things you hate to see. You hopefully redress that. Because that would be the right thing to do. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Bit too much hip and shoulder there from Lamb, I think.
If he's unsure, if he's at fault there, because it happened pretty quickly, better off letting the stewards decide. It should be a 5-second penalty at worst.
I think Reynolds is saying, thank the Lord, let me cool my tyres, let me get out of here.
6 more minutes to hang on for a win here for Reynolds as a safety car Sits in the pits and does stuff all. I reckon the safety car would be on for points if it was out there at the moment. Villanueva, 5th Pro-Am class, going great guns as well. Oh, that middle 10-minute mark was just intense.
Chaotic. Didn't know where to look.
Loved it. All red. Have something similar coming up straight after this.
See any streams of the conditions that might be out on track? Oh, it's dry.
Right, let's just filter down a little bit. So, Henderson, who had that little bit of a slide earlier, which is the one that Andy O'Hara was trying to avoid, cost Andy more than it cost Henderson. So, great strategy there, Lachlan. That's how you get it done. Totally intentional, I reckon. Blair and McLaws, I reckon these two are going out. As far as I'm aware, can't separate them. Piper, you know what, doing a great job in that car here. Stella. And as you said before, yeah, O'Hara is 13th. Has he had a mistake? I thought he was near the top 10. Or are you saying that he's
I think after that spin avoiding Henderson, he got down to about 16th or 18th. So,
yep,
bit of recovery work there, that's for sure. As Nick Miller is checking out the track limits out there. But these guys are bunched up again. I dare say that the stewards might have suggested a redress. I'm not sure.
Yep.
But good to see them clean racing again. Hopefully that's not a... Oh, that's just... Oh, wowza. That was almost a Hamilton Verstappen 2.0.
Reynolds is just bathing in it. He's loving it. Keep going, he's saying.
Thanking Lamb right now.
Car ahead. Looks like a blue flag car. It may be Herbert. Yep.
Be aware. Good job. Great stuff.
Lamb, try around the outside of the McLaren. Little bit of a kiss. Oh, you reckon he might get it done here? Maybe under brakes. It's a hard spot to be where Young is.
Sets of brakes, that's for sure.
Oh, he's done it.
And he eats that sausage, that Honda, and loses out. So, what can Lamb get done in the last 3 minutes?
McLaw's got past Blair. About that. McConnell got his money worth tonight. He's had a lot of work to do and he's been fantastic. Kingston, his 11th last race, 7th this race. He's been consistent. And Sonikas has got past. No, sorry, he was already past. Thought it was Henderson that just changed and back and forth then, but there's been a lot to keep track of.
Not envious of trying to control all the replays and stuff, that's for sure.
232's around. Is that Bugden again?
I believe so.
Bugden's got some serious net issues.
Unfortunate to see, as they are coming to start their penultimate lap by the looks of things.
Nah, they'll get under that 2 minutes.
Yeah, so this is...
They'll get 2 more in. So they'll get back to the line before it finishes.
Oh.
Which means... Oh, hang on, maybe you're right. I can't remember.
I thought penultimate was the second last, or was it the last?
No, it is the second last.
So yeah, this
I was thinking the F1 bloody layout. 125 is around. Is that Ferguson? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, hang on. What have I spotted? Another gaggle. Another gaggle.
Oh no. It's the livery brigade.
The livery brigade.
Led by One of possibly
The master.
the top
The
worst
Messiah.
liveries.
The Messiah of liveries, David Mason.
That's like a flashbang. Call that the flashbang.
We just lost one. So there we go. Livery police.
Bentley.
Oh, there's
This
the
isn't
5
too
second.
bad. Okay.
So they deemed it a bump and run, and it wasn't redressed. So there's a 5 second penalty for Lamb, which will take him out of the equation here for the race win. Potentially. So this is the penultimate lap. Patrick was bang on the money there.
Did my homework. Bingo sheet.
Oh, I can't keep track of this race, so
There is a lot going on.
oh, so that 5 second penalty at the moment will take him out of the podium, and Sneakus will snatch third. Oh dear.
You happy with 2/3 today?
Oh, for sure. O'Hara, who's our championship leader at the moment, is in 11th. Should be able to pick up another one here and get back into the top 10. A few more bonus points there. And 25 is still yellow flag. What's going on there for Ferguson?
Fuel maybe?
At that stage, you're not fighting anyone. He's pulled over, I think,
We had a few cars that were out of fuel last
and he's
night.
into the pits. Could be fuel.
Most likely.
I feel like there's not. I don't know. There's no disadvantage of having that extra 5 or 10 liters.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh
That
my-
is hopefully
okay.
not. Well, got the DT for track limits, I assume, and put it in the bin. So that is not what we like to see.
I was looking at my other screen. Dare I look at it again?
nah.
Maybe post race that.
Will that make me rage?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'll put that in the yes column.
G'day there, ILTR. Fucking
That's
sweet.
a bit of a kick in the gut. Yeah. Whew. Well, Ashton Reynolds is going to bring it around the penultimate corner
Well done, Ashlyn.
for the last time, followed by Michael Young and Jean-Pierre Sinokis. So that was an absolutely spicy second race, that's for sure. No safety cars. Or was there? No, there wasn't.
No safety cars.
No, well, we can thank Glenn Germain for that. No, Neil, you did that, didn't
You're
you?
welcome.
Well, what's that? That's new. Aren't you the cursor? As Andy gets P9, so he got 2 cars there on that last lap. He's
Well.
getting out of the way of everyone. Great race. And even a good result there from McConnell, who was all the way... He was quite far down after that little incident, so good recovery drive. Probably a good points haul from him too. And Nick Rodder, that's a good result there in P14.
Yeah, good medals all the way through.
I shouldn't have
Is he
watched
gonna
the
find
back.
the I thought they were going to fall through the map. Yeah, you shouldn't have watched the back. I did tell you.
I understand emotion and frustration, part of sim racing, but that
Oh.
also as well. I cannot
Oh,
stand
no.
that shit. If you're watching back now, anyone, if you do that after the race, I am going to smack you on the bum with something very sharp, because that, if the car ahead of you isn't aware and they're on a direct drive, that fucking hurts. That
We have
is
seen
no.
injuries from that. We have seen actual solid injuries from that, if anyone's listening. So I think this is the perfect time for Neil to have a breather.
Have a break? Yes.
Have a breather.
Grab a glass of water.
The last couple
Yeah,
of
it's all
drivers
good.
It's
finished
stronger.
their lap.
That hurts in a non-DD2, yeah. Well, we've seen people disqualify from World SRO racing because of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't aware. So if you look at the finishing order there, Reynolds, Young, Sinakis, Van Waver, Phillips, Saxon, Wood and Lawson. There's a few names missing because it hasn't quite ticked over to the next session because this Nissan is doing a parade lap as we look on split green, which is getting very close to kicking things off. I sent you guys a message on Twitter. Keep the great work. Thank you very much, sir. I think I know who you're referring to. A website for sim racing, I think. Yeah. A couple of conversations this week, but it was overall a fantastic split blue round. It was definitely eventful. Miles PC fun. Thank you very much, Eamon Tully. That'll go towards PC number 4. We're going to get to their 15. Okay, so if I do this and I do this, bang.
The message got deleted. As we are jumping straight into the race. Seems like we...
Like last week, or last night.
Oh, yep.
Which I suit, because I don't like quali.
We have
Look who's on pole.
Gibbons, who's taken a pole again, so maybe a redemption race for himself here, followed by
Things you'll have to
a man
see.
who had a week off last week, Corey Sweet, and Corey Floyd, and Corey Cornboy, followed by Corey Raschuti, Corey Johnson, Corey Holmes, Corey Pinata, and
Shut
Corey
up.
Himenta.
Stop.
Oh, Corey McLaren.
Stop.
P10.
That's me. That's me gone. I'm going to jump out.
Joining us.
Sean's going to take my spot, and she.
Okay.
Sneakers coming through soon with his couple of podiums, I believe. So enjoy Fit Red, gents.
Yeah, have a
I'm
good
gonna
break.
sit back and watch Split Red.
Thanks,
Have a good
thanks
call,
for joining
everyone.
us tonight, lads.
Cheers.
I'm sure I'll see you in the chat.
Yep.
Well, good evening, Sir Noski.
Good evening, Sir Oliver.
How
Right.
the bloody hell are you? Was that fun to race direct or what?
It's always fun to race direct.
That was spicy from this seat in the house, that's for sure.
I can confirm that I was very, very happy. I was like, yeah, well done, guys, on race 1. And then I got told by one of the stewards that Malik said that race 2 had a clean lap 1, and I knew it was going from there. So it was just unfortunate. So thanks for the curse, Malik. But
Well,
yes.
Yeah, you can thank him because he called the race start and he took over the role of calling a clean lap 1. I can apologise for the first race. I did call that one corner.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You didn't destroy the field. That's all good.
Well, I tried. But I
it
didn't
is
get
one of
very
your
far.
specialties, I will admit.
I've got 100% strike rate, I think, this season. I've only
It's
been
impressive.
calling races from Zolder. Was it Zolder? I think it was my first one this season. I can't. Anyway. But, yes.
If you remember last week, Paddy, my
Yeah.
epic curse of Zach.
Oh, gold.
Hey,
Oh,
Gold,
here
yeah.
we go again.
He actually
Goodness
messaged
gracious.
me and he's like, please no curse. So I said, I make no promises. So can I go 2 for 2?
Oh, it's all happening again. Oh, I accidentally just timed them out. But, Ian joining us fresh off the podium, the double podium, Jeepers. Welcome to the comms box.
Good evening, guys. Are we all well?
How we? Oh, I'm great after that viewing, mate. That's for sure.
I don't think we're as good as you are, mate. How are you enjoying your podiums?
Yeah, that was great fun. Second race was interesting, you know, getting through, and
Oof.
we're still waiting to see if there's a post-race penalty. But no, it was really good fun, and yeah, can't complain about a double podium.
Well, unfortunately, but fortunately, we are in the last corner here of the formation lap, so I won't throw either of you under the bus just yet. I'll let you both have a little bit of a breather. But Callum Gibbons on pole is going to take us to green, right next to Corey Sweet. So I think Callum is deserving of an enjoyable race. I'm not going to say anything further than that, but we come towards the green light, 2x2. For the first of 2 races tonight in split red as we go green. And they are away. Nice and double file. As Sweet around the outside absolutely muggers it. And Corey Floyd right behind him is going to go too wide into Magus Beckett's. Is that a curse? That's no way that's a curse.
Look, English
anyway,
is just hard, but
single file. There's a lot of yellow flags in the background. I don't know what's happening there. We are seeing a safety car 2 from 2, Pat. Nice work. I don't know why.
100% perfection.
Are there even cars around? I can't see any cars around.
There's definitely a lot of yellow and slow cars in the field. Can't actually see what. Oh, here we go. Potentially, no, not quite yet.
But 667 is moving. Wow, I got to the second corner this time. No, turn 1. Never mind. Haven't got past the first corner on my race calls.
They're just trying to mimic split blue. Race 1, we had mugged on turn 1 as well.
This is fun. It means that I don't have to talk about the rest of the lap. You know?
You just get the job done before turn 1, mate. Don't worry about it.
In and out. Work smarter, not harder. Am I right? So there's some questionable gaps there. There's a bit of concertina. And... oh, that's 3 wide. That's not looking good. Oh, that is just a bit of... oh, is that an inter... That's some Kovacs races having another go at each other one more time. I think... is that Viney in the background there? Gives neighbour a bit of a boop on the snoot, and there are cars spinning their head right round. There you go.
Unfortunate to see the Kovacs members only killing...
I'm sure you guys are having a good chat.
Yeah, might have to pull them aside in the chat later on and go, you know, you're meant to be racing against everyone else, not just killing yourself.
Well, I do think the rest of the split is happy that Kovacs focuses on killing Kovacs, so they they get away with the death at least.
So it's Chalmers and Viney. Unfortunate pinballs there. I think there is just maybe you can actually coast a bit more through that first turn on the first lap. I think some people may be over slow, and that's where those little concertinas come into effect. But
it's also the lead cars are very close to the corner, so they don't get up to quite as much speed as the cars at the back, and it causes quite a, even though it's a fairly fast corner, it causes quite a bit of concertinaing going in, and a lot of people misjudge that.
Especially because you try and get single file before Magus Beckett's.
It also looked like it was a possible slight delay on the start too. It seemed very late before the green went, so it could have just added to the effect of the rear of the field, but could be wrong. Maybe we've seen too many starts tonight.
Yeah, the reverse grid, definitely. I think you guys almost got up to the first turn, but...
it's quite late.
Yeah, Corey Sweet is going to lead us to green for the second time around.
Also, I believe I saw in the graphic that popped up before, fastest man on track, Sweet as well, doing a 2:30. Yeah, there's a stellar time.
That's my hot lap pace, I think.
That's certainly my hot lap pace at the moment. I'd only be driving left-handed. That's okay.
So it's good to see I didn't see qualifying obviously, but good to see our very own Corn Boy running up in 4th after his podium last week as well.
Yeah, I think he qualified there. So, yeah, he qualified in P4. Great job from him. He'll be loving that. Absolutely froths off his racing at the moment. He's loving it. I dare say he will be fighting to get to that Pro-Am finals in a few weeks.
Must be that new dad energy giving him speed on the track.
Yeah,
I think so. Just like you. You know?
He's at the moment leading the Pro-Am on track at the moment. So with the 3-car gap to Pinata there in P8, see if he can maintain it, or even if he's lucky enough to move up a few posies. one to watch potentially in the McLaren.
So I think this is the biggest field we've had this round so far from Asia Pacific. 37 cars. Good to see. These guys usually have a pretty good turnout. But Pete Winey got a fair bit of work to do to get back. But Corey Sweet is going to take us to green at second time around. And he has absolutely mugged Callum Gibbons off the jump there, who already has Ben Floyd on his tailpipe.
Yeah, Gibbons looks like he was left in nine-eye land, a bit sleepy. He defends into turn 1 here. They're not going to get pushed too wide. We see Cornboy go around.
Driftu Schmiftu
Oh, they've
as
both
Callum
gone
goes
wide.
wide. Wow. There's a lot happening. Oh no. Sam Wise. That might not be so wise, Sam. Up the inside there of Rashuti, who's going to lose out maybe 2 spots by the end of the hangar. That's Johnson having a little look. Whew.
I don't know about you, I couldn't really speak there. I was holding my breath, hoping that they were going to get through there
I was
safe.
puckered. I just made a diamond, I think.
Some brown flag moments, I'm sure, but there was very respectful driving there to allow the pass to happen when Holmes was too wide going into the start of his maggots there. They've done well, sorted themselves out. Single file, let's continue on.
Yeah, going into Maggots and Beckett side by side is always a bit of a game of chicken, really. Who's going to back out first? And yeah, worked out well for Samwise on this occasion.
It'd be interesting to see where JC can hold on with pace-wise for the races. See if he can just hold on to the back of whoever's in front of him and not
Floyd is in front.
lose out too much.
He said last night he's feeling confident in his race pace, so I think he'd be unhappy with dropping out of the top 5, honestly.
But we can blame Mac Daddy in chat because we have had a chat curse tonight. Moritz did curse 2 people. One of them was you, JP, and I think that's the post-race incident you thought might happen. Moritz did curse that, so you could thank Moritz for that.
Thanks, Moritz.
You just hear the disappointment. Thanks,
Times.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm blaming Netcode for it, so hopefully that works out. But
I think, yeah, it was very interesting. We did see it happen live, but I'm sure the stewards will come up with a conclusion.
Yeah, they'll do their job. As you see, Sweet get the fastest lap of the race at the moment at 58.6. Pretty pacey in that Audi.
Quality pace.
Sweet is in the Lexus, but he's fast in that too.
That's what I think was so, I don't know. I'm not reading things, bro. English is hard, alright? It's one of those things.
What did I say?
I don't know, but you're
think
understood.
about
I did a good job.
Stewards
Thanks,
doing the
me.
job, which
Oh,
they will.
yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not here to do the steward's job. I'm here to talk about the race, so, you know, let them do the thing. With the what's it? As Chalmers gets 10 seconds for that one of those many incidents that I'm sure the stewards are looking at whilst they're drinking their margaritas and calming down.
I think they'll be going for something a bit spicier than a margarita, but yes, they'll be going through the penalties as they do their job. Oh, as you see, a very wide car go there. Might be a bit of a limit, but at least you managed to keep it on the black stuff nonetheless.
Does it count as keeping it on the black stuff when that black stuff is not the actual black stuff you're supposed to be keeping it on?
That's the dust cloud. There's going to be a car around there somewhere as... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
That's big sadness, but it's not Jamie, so it's okay. No, it's not. Definitely not okay. I don't know what happened there. It looks like there was a bit of compression in the corner complex, and was that Rashuti?
I believe it might have been Rashuti.
Oh, that's not so Samwise, is it?
Ooh, that's a send.
Oh, that's a bit of hip and shoulder. Woo.
Bit of a bump pass.
Sam,
Sorry.
why did you do that?
Yeah, Seb, why'd you put it in? I like it. I like the transition. I'm sure the stewards will be looking into that as well as we continue on with Floyd getting a 57.9 for fastest lap at the moment. The man has got the pace.
Working. He is working. There's so much happening. This is action. This is like what we saw in Split Blue. So I'm loving it. Loving every second of it.
seems that the top 3 has cleared off a little bit, and this little train here is going to be a exciting 20 minutes because there will be some spice, I'd say.
I like how you say little train, yet there's 9 cars involved.
I mean, car from 5th all the way down to like 12th is less than a second as we see the replay. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's done well to maintain on the track there. Oh, it's just opportunistic. Oh, look out. Impressive they went 3 wide there and then just little boops. Oh, that
okay,
looked like
that was quite a big boop.
in the Audi, unfortunately.
Yeah, Sam was...
There's a lot going on there.
Not putting my value on that one. That's for the steward's box, I think.
We don't have enough angles, but I think in this situation, being Samwise, you're just trying your best not to collect 3 cars there. And then there was a bit of a boop, and I say that might be a paddling. But once again, I'm not a steward, so pass that on to the team. Love our volunteer stewarding team who volunteer their time to make this this series great again, because it's always been great.
Tries around the outside of McLaren there without much success. Not the easiest place to go around the outside, but still gave it a good old college try.
What would be your favourite part of the track to overtake here, JP?
It's going through, I can't remember the corner name, but the Formula 1 turn 1.
Abbey.
Abbey, yeah. So I can, if you carry good amount of speed through there and then into the little loop section, that's where I managed to pull off most of my overtakes. As well as coming out of, if you get a great run out of Maggots and Beckett, Stowe is also always an option because it's quite a long straight as well.
I think I have to agree with the loop. That braking zone is so hectic when you are racing. You got to be so careful under the brakes. There's a bit of weavism going on there, but on looks to go around the outside, which is one of the trickier places to do it. But if you can get a good enough run and keep it in limits, I dare say it's going to be done. It's going to give it a go. Going to give it the old college try. But McLaren just holds on the inside there. And
good close racing there from these two boys.
Yeah, a lot of respect. Good to see.
I'd love to see it.
Now, can we put this favourite part of the track into action, JP? Does he know what you were talking about?
Yeah, does your brother? Oh, no.
Well.
Paddy, why?
What? That's not even the part of the track I was talking about.
Come on,
that
Dad.
was that. Oh, that's
on.
Bartlett. Oh, it is all. Oh, I fall apart.
Pat has decided to not just destroy
All
the
happening.
He's now seeking out individual members of OOR.
Go Bender. Am I
Pat
right?
is on an absolute serial killing mission tonight, apparently.
How was that a curse?
What?
That was an anomaly. There was a car around in a high speed zone.
You encouraged him to go through there fast, and he hit a car.
You
That's
mentioned a part of the track which was good to overtake, and we came up to that part of the track, so I talked about it.
So what I got from that is Paddy likes to see the world burn. And as we get a replay, we might see what happens here too.
I mean, absolute
Memento.
tank slapper. Too
Oh
much
yeah,
curve.
that's unfortunate.
Whee! Hold your brakes. That is why you hold your brakes as soon as you lose the car.
Oh, and there's more afterwards. Oh, that's unfortunate for that McLaren.
You're not going to save your car when you are 90 degrees to the track.
I believe that might have been Meddings that
There.
collided.
Hold your brakes there, so you don't come straight back into the track. Oh, that is such an easy thing to avoid. And just
Bryce,
a bit of awareness from Meddings maybe, but I don't know. There's so much going on there. I don't know what the Mercedes was trying to achieve by keeping your foot in at 90 degrees to the track. Oh, but Bryce was doing he was trying his best to avoid, I think.
Yeah, I think just a bit of no man's land. Couldn't see what happened, unfortunately, and then gets booped by the Lexus next corner.
There's so much going on there.
I'm glad I'm not in the steward's box right now.
Oh, that's an absolute send by that McLaren, that Matt McLaren. It's all happening. Sorry, stewarding team. But Raggy, I'm doing great. That was great viewing that first race. Got a bit unlucky there, I will admit, with what seemed like a bit of a tank slapper, but as we've talked about, we will let the stewards have a geeze at that one, I dare say, maybe the protest team. But good fun viewing from our end. You can thank Moritz for the curse as well. Sorry, I've got to call out anyone that potentially cursed anyone in chat. As Samwise gets a 5-second paddling for a collision on lap 4, so I dare say that was the one we saw earlier.
Yeah, that could have been the one into the loop where they were a bit 3 wide there. But if it makes you feel better, Paddy, one of the steward members of Split Blue mentioned to myself that there was potential of rain for Split Blue, and I was happily to send him under the bus to the entire Split Blue chat, saying that if there was rain, it was all his fault.
I think you said it multiple times also.
Oh yeah, I made sure. I wasn't going to come to blame for that one.
And you're mentioning it again, so just want to...
100%.
I just want to mention something in chat. Alex, I think the point is that it creates predictability of where your car is going to go in that situation. I think when you know you've lost the car, if you hold your brakes, you can't be at fault for anything after that because you've done the right thing by holding your brakes in a situation, which is the rules. So that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Did you do the right thing when you lost control of your car so you can minimize anything that happens after that? As Cornboy has an Audi in his rear bumper. Surely this isn't going to happen, Samwise. Oh, he's thinking about it. He is spooking the heck out of Cornboy, I think. As he has a fellow McLaren right in his bumper, and that's an absolute send by Johnson. That is sadness. No. That is Sadness Avenue tonight. Can we get rid of that part of the track? Is there another layout we can use? As he does a 360 in the middle of the track once again. And thinks better of it. Goes back into the muffles and does a doughy. Mate, this is not Summer Nats, Johnson.
He's celebrating a little bit
back on. We don't use the F1 layout. As he rejoins right next to neighbour. Oh, shit.
Take a breath, Paddy. Slow it down. Alright, there's a lot to unpack there once again. But McLaren death, unfortunate. Into the favourite part of the overtakes. I just don't think they're getting the message, JP, of how it's meant to be done, mate.
Did we perhaps curse an overtaking situation? Because it feels like it.
We just cursed a section of track.
We just close our eyes when the racing comes up to that part of the track. Oh no.
And we're on board with Norman here. Let's see what we unpack from happening here.
I think this is live, isn't it?
This is live.
Oh, this is live? I'm sorry. I thought it was replay. I am a bit special.
Bender started in the 20th range, you're right, Diebolt. So we're not going to talk about him though, because I think I'll get banned from OR if I curse our favourite Futurama character.
Zoidberg.
Yeah, this is the Zoidberg. Doesn't like Zoidberg. Battle for the podium at the moment is quite spicy. The first to third is only separated by, I think, just over a second, which is quite nice.
Rain. Oh, it's sorry.
A sandwich.
I just looked at the weather, and there was rain on the weather. So, I dare say, yeah, this is just... That
was a send.
Probably shouldn't have been there.
Express mail. 4 stamps on it, and he just sent it.
Audacious. That's the word. Audacious. And a celebratory doughy.
Doughy number 3. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. I actually thought when we saw this he might have knocked his TC settings, but unfortunately by that, it was still on TC2.
If you look
Spinella was quite good.
At the top of the screen right over there, in 30 minutes, there is going to be a drizzle. And I don't know how far away the next 2 sessions are, but I dare say there could be some precipitation in the region.
You dare say what?
Participation?
Precipitation.
There we go, Fatty.
It's on the bingo sheet. I'm trying to hit the bingo sheet.
That one off your list, people. Precipitation has been called.
2 hours. So yeah, look, it's not going to dry up, is it? It's not really warm, so...
I'm not sure I'd want to be Gibbons at the moment in between these 2 Lexus. The McLaren is quite punchy here, so he will probably still be enjoying the race between both Sweet and Floyd. getting very close to the Lexus ahead of him. Sizing him up potentially.
The traction the McLaren gets out of the slow corners here is just sickening. Especially when you're in a Bentley or something behind it. It's like, oh, you caught up. Okay, well, we're going to accelerate now, so bye. And it's just like 2 tenths down the road immediately. So hopefully he can get a good run on Sweet somewhere around here. Although the Lexus appears to be a fairly competent car around here.
So this is an example of why this track is a high downforce track, I dare say. With the aero package that the McLaren has, this isn't a low downforce top speed necessarily. This is high downforce preferred track, as Gibbons gets a bit too much of that sausage.
Definitely going to open up the door for Floyd. You would have seen that little mistake. As you see, Gibbons defending, already coming very early down this straight, just to make sure that he has that inside line for the next corner.
You see a doctor
Lexus
about
sneaks. Ooh. He's gone a little bit deeper, so done all right. These boys are racing very clean. Also, very, very good to see. The edge of your seat, so to speak.
I'm sure Samwise would be hoping to try and get away from Convoy and Key and Co, sorry, a little bit, because he wants to clear that 5-second penalty. At the moment, it's going to cost him about 4 positions, which is not ideal in terms of the point scoring.
It still amazes me how bumpy this track is. Does that surprise you guys? It's
Did you know
oddly
it's on an
bumpy.
airfield?
Yeah, but the airfield, they're not racing on the airfield. This actually used to just be the ring road. Thank you very much.
Fact of
But-
the night, a British circus.
That's
Circuit.
British circus is on the
man.
airfield.
If anyone's had circus in their bingo card, consider it marked off.
But I mean, apparently it was resurfaced not too many years ago. Yet it is still quite bumpy in some areas, especially the exit of Maggots Beckett's in turn 1. I find some roller coaster rides.
Yeah, that exit curb on, well, not necessarily the curb, but there's a massive
dip.
bump on the exit of Beckett's. Just bounces you. I think luckily we're just playing a sim, because my spine would be about 4 inches shorter after the amount of laps we've done this week.
Yeah, that bump has scared me a few times coming out of Beckett's. Definitely aware of what you're talking about. It is one of those little bit, oh, it's not going to be that bad, and then you hit it and you're, oh, geez. Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm closing my eyes. I'm not allowed to look at that green Aston. As Carl Johnson is looking at the perfect position for the next race. Him and David Bartlett from... Never mind. I can't read that. It's fine.
Yeah, Piper has a point by saying they didn't say it would be smooth after resurfacing it.
The biggest scandal in motorsports. We resurfaced it. Oh, no, never mind. I'm going. I can't get words.
Yeah, we're all struggling.
Words are hard, so it's okay.
Yep.
Johnson's still looking very, very pacey, wanting to probably try and snap up this Aston fairly quickly. Wants to get those extra points on the board. One of the Kovacs members that wasn't involved in the Kovacs death earlier in the race, he managed to survive. We're going to have a look at a Beckett's here.
The weirdest bump I find is the exit of turn 1 in the middle of the road. There's like a jump, and I think the Honda gets like I don't know if you get airborne. I assume that's why it hits the limiter, but I don't know if there's a limiter bug there. It's a weird bounce.
Johnson has a great run here on Vauxhall, coming into Stowe, so it should be spicy. Is he going to move out and go for the late break? He's going to try it. Ooh, Vauxhall understeering a little bit wide there. But all good, going through. Still going to be piling the pressure on. As Gibbons is also still piling all kinds of pressure onto Sweet, but he's handling it with a plum at the moment.
Pressure. You also got Floyd making sure his presence is well met on the rear of Gibbons' McLaren there as well. It looked like it was very close to maybe a little slight kiss there, but you know, just enough to say, hey, how you doing? Hope you haven't forgotten me. I'm still here.
very well-versed racers in these guys, so a lot of respect, I dare say, will be given, as Gibbons is going to give it around the outside, maybe not, but has the threat of Floyd. Oh, there's just, it's to and fro, and here's an Alexa sandwich here, Toyota Toasty, if I've ever seen it.
A magnificent exit there. Giving a little bit of breathing space to Floyd behind. I'll probably try and see if he can set up here for... Oh, he's trying to... No, he's made the smart move, backed out. And see what he can do, probably through Maggotts Beckett's. Hopefully line up for maybe a Stowe overtake.
This is my question. He's not in a Lexus sandwich. He is the sandwich. The Lexus is the bread. You don't call it a bread sandwich.
You
He's
call it
the
a
sandwich.
sandwich, don't you?
So he's the Gibbon sandwich.
Gibbons
Lexus
sandwich,
is the
I
bread.
like.
He's a Lexus Oreo. Is that better?
Oh,
No.
either reference is good.
Okay, never mind. Look, never mind. Toyota Toasty, I like that one better. But
That's
then again,
good.
you've ruined my... No, never mind.
You've ruined...
I'm out.
I was trying to shine. I'm done.
It's quite dark here at midday, isn't it?
That rain, that precipitation that you called earlier, making the clouds that little bit darker.
Don't know if there was
Temps.
an incident with McLaren, but he's dropped behind Sonicus. Sonicus was about 4 seconds behind him. And something must have happened there with Hayden at some stage. Some stage? Some stage.
Storage. There you go. That
What are you
bingo
talking
sheet
about?
required.
What are you talking about?
I just want to give a shout out. Oh, that's a bad call, but anyway, Mr. Bender leading the the AM class at the moment,
Oh, did you say
and
that?
still Corn Boy, he's leading the pro AMs.
We weren't talking about David.
I know,
Look,
but the
Corn
rain's
Boy-
coming. You have to talk about him. Probably
Corn
done
Boy
his
does
little
have-
rain dance.
Big Nada right up his chuff at the moment, so the battle for the top step of the Pro-Am podium is definitely on in this last
Is
2
what,
laps.
sorry?
His chuff.
What's a chuff?
It's
Is
a
it
rear end. It's his-
Backside.
up my chuff? It's a new one. I'll add that to the book.
Add that one to your bingo sheet.
Bender is only 2/10 off the back of Zach James right here in P14.
Speaking of
Bugger it, I'll
curses,
talk about it. As Gibbons has got a big old Ben Floyd in his rear view mirror.
I
Oh,
was
it's
wondering
all
where you were
happening.
going with that.
I couldn't get it out.
Going to call out someone in chat. Mr. Matty Powell has cursed Bender, saying that he's going to get pole for the wet race. He only has to make up 2 posies to get that. We'll wait and see.
Well, if Sean has anything to say about Zachary James, I dare say we could get that done.
Nope, I refuse.
The Convoy, that's a good one.
Moritz, you can't be better at our job than we are. It's insulting, right?
Brad. Jan, I would be impressed if you could hold your breath for 3 minutes. Just don't forget to breathe, during it. Be a sneaky, just breathe through your nose instead.
Matt Lizelle has add that to your bingo sheet, to his bingo sheet.
Look, it's pretty much a guarantee, isn't it?
We learn new things every week, new phrases.
You add the bingo sheet one into center square on your bingo sheet. If anyone is misjudged, everyone gets the 3 point.
As Bernie Ronquillo gets a 10-second penalty causing a collision on lap 9. As Gibbons is giving us some great content to watch. Still, look, it's just the same thing is happening lap in, lap out. Fluctuates and then they converge and then they're just waiting for someone to make a mistake here, I think.
Gibbons got a great run out of the front corner there. Unfortunately, this first turn is not a place to go around the outside.
Penultimate lap though.
This is the last lap.
Indeed, this is the last chance to put all your things forward and whatnot, whatever you need to call it, to try and get the job done. You want to make sure you get it done nice and clean.
I've got you, Jan, just in case you didn't learn that when you were not too much younger.
Floyd has got a nice exit of Beckett's here. Definitely having a look, see what he can do against Gibbons. Gibbons holds that defensive inside line very nice. Not today, son. You can wait your turn.
Oh, wow, that's very
Ooh,
close.
that was exciting.
You've got to know your car in that situation, that's for sure. This is so
Have
tense.
you been holding your breath there, Paddy? You take that big sigh, mate.
Yeah. You don't look a day over 30, Jan. That's for sure.
Oh.
As Floyd goes wide, he's going to rejoin like Bender.
Oh.
He's been watching the streams, that's for sure. And that is an around the outside hold as they both drifting. Maybe the Lexus are losing their rear tyres. It's come down to the last lap. These are the things you need to see. Callum Gibbons is in the lead. I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
Janice just did a backflip, I think.
Go stop yelling. I have people asleep in this house.
Sweet might be losing out big time here.
Oh, they're buddies too. You don't want to punt him, do you?
Don't you want to punt your buddies? It happens in Kovacs. Anyway,
wow.
as they come around the last corner.
Callum Gibbons going to take the race win. Come back from last week. Only one of them so far, but great job. Round of applause. Nice work.
Fantastic.
Well done, Gibbo. And he's happy. Look at the flash of lights. Well done. Saw his opportunity, pounced on it. That is how it is done.
He piled on the pressure for the whole race there and forced a mistake. Well done.
Oh, it's Johnson around the outside. No, that's O'Gold. Around the outside of... Wait.
So where's Bartlett?
We've lost Bartlett somehow. And that's not box set. Oh my god. Anyway, he's gonna...
This is hurting my head. What's going on?
Confused.
Oh, he's past Johnson. Okay.
David McNulty takes P14 and the Pro-Am win. I mean, the Am win. I got there. Well done.
All three of us are doing fantastic jobs on English tonight,
We're just wording.
In my defense, it's not my first language, so...
What?
Yeah, that's fair.
That sounds like a cop-out. That looks like a lot of damage on that Audi. As Joey Gutierrez, Hold My Beer Racing, takes P29 in the points. Things you love to see.
That was some full-on close racing across the board, even at the pointy end and in the midfield as well. You love to see it.
Oh, that's a lot of pens.
That is a lot of red on the board. I'm sure the stewards have been very busy.
Yep, let's replay some sweet sadness. Oh, it just gets a bit squirrely on entry there and has not a lot of options to do. And I dare say he was sweating bullets. Oh.
He was going to have dirty tyres coming out of there, so...
Yeah.
Great racing by both of them to keep it clean and...
Especially that rejoin.
Yeah, no,
it's wet!
Oh, yes. It is wet.
Yes! Get in there!
It's a quali wet for those out of the top 12, so we'll get to see the potential. Bender might be loving the fact that it's wet. He did
Only
say
greasy.
he wanted the rain.
And lightning too, so this might give us an absolute phenomenal conditions for the last race of Asia Pacific.
This is what we had in our free practice, and it was amazing how quickly the track evolved. So it should be, people should be trying to time their laps for the last run here to get in there.
Will it be a little bit different because there's already rubber on the track here, whereas your practice would have started fast? Is that how that works?
No, our practice started greasy as well after it got reset, so I'm not sure what it would have been before that. But yeah, you definitely want to come out in slicks here, I would say, not on the wets.
Do you think? What's David McNulty? What tyres has he got on? Because he'll be the key one, I reckon. He's got the dries on. Let's go.
Yeah, Taraga asking in stream when I'm doing a native language stream. If I already have about 3 people watching, so if I want none to watch, I'll do that at some stage.
Do you want to call? Do you want to like give us an onboard lap of David McNulty in Afrikaans or something? That'd be cool, I reckon. Throw a bit of a spicy curveball in there.
Can definitely do that.
Let's
Nobody's
get
gonna
his first.
understand it, but
Let's get his
So we
first
just have to
banker.
guess, but it's fine.
I will learn some things, I'm sure. This is how multicultural this league is. If you are new, there are people from all walks of life and areas of this beautiful home we call planet Earth.
We call planet. I
I'm
was
sober as a
actively
fence post.
confused.
I am sober as a fence post. That's
Oh, that
hilarious.
was beautiful.
had a bit of an oopsie there. All by himself, it seems. It seems as though there's a few people going for 2 warm-up laps there.
What's so? It's is Afrikaans the main language of Africa, or is there?
Of Africa or South Africa?
South Africa, sorry.
No. So the official language is English, but we have 11 official languages.
Wow, that's a bit.
Okay, calm down.
Okay.
And I
Struggle
think,
with 1, let alone 11.
if I recall correctly, Xhosa is the most spoken language, but English is the official language, I think. And I think
So-
there's something like 60 dialects as well.
Where's David McNulty? Here
There
we
he
go.
is.
I'll leave it to you.
So ons kan vir Bender McNulty sien hierso as hy nou sy eerste lap begin. Oor die beginstreep daarso hier in die eerste draai in, af na vierde rad toe, goeie spoed deur. En dit was nie 'n slegte eerste draai nie, klein skiep daarso op die exit, maar kom hier in Maggots en Beckets in wat moeilik genoeg is in die droog, so in die nat gaan dit 'n groot challenge wees en hy lyk asof hy genoeg spoed deurdra, goeie traksie daarso uit die Beckets uit en hy's op die stryd hierso. So ver lyk dit na 'n goeie lap, maar ons het nou nog nie hy's 'n verwysings nie. Instou in van 6de af na 3de toe, mis die apex so klein bietjie, maar hy gebruik die limits, moenie te veel van die curvepad nie want jy sal bietjie gly. Rem net na die 100 meter board, perfek op na die apex toe daarso, mooi oor die tweede deel van die chicane. En hy het so klein bietjie van 'n sukkel op die exit daarso, maar lyk na goeie lap so ver. Kom hier so in Abbey in wat 'n moeilike draai is, veral in hierdie gladde kondisies. Maar Bender lyk asof hy hom perfek genail het daarso en ons kom hier in die loop in wat 'n baie challenging deel is, veral in hierdie tipe natterigheid. Bender se lyne lyk uitstekend. Hoopelik kan hy 'n goeie exit hierso kry. Dit is baie belangrik om 'n goeie run te kry hierso af in die laaste sektor in. En kom hierso by die tweede, derde laaste draai in. Hard op die remme in na die apex toe. Perfek mooi oor. Vinnig dab op die versneller en vinnig weer terug op die remme en hierso sal hy nou uitkom. So ons sal nou 'n idee kry van wat die tye sal wees en as he comes across the line on what seemed like a good lap and he takes P8 for now.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That
I was
so cool.
smiling that whole time. That's very cool to hear.
Everyone give a round of applause for JP.
Yeah, that was very cool. But as you mentioned before, we had that amazing lap. Maybe take a few laps to get. It'll definitely get a few laps to warm those tires up to some kind of performance. I don't know how dry tires operate in these greasy conditions, but
yeah, it'll be interesting because the track temps are fairly low as well. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see what type of lap times we're gonna get up to.
it's interesting that the driver's HUD, your main HUD doesn't give you condition reports like track temp and wind. Wouldn't you think that would be something that should be at the fingertips of the driver, like without having to go to without having to go to the MFD?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're talking about like actual in-game or in the real?
Yeah, no. In the real world, I'm sure you get updates with like winds and forecasts.
was going to say, I think I'd just leave that to my engineer on the day and try and just focus on my job at hand of keeping the car on the black stuff. But, I don't know whether it would help during a race. It gives you another aspect you have to, I guess, manage or look down
Wait,
at as you're
how'd you do
driving.
that? Malik, how'd you do that? I saw that. That was above the tyre model there. I don't know what you did, but there was a box above the tyre model that gave the weather update. Did anyone see that?
I think I've seen that on Johnny's HUD, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that.
There
How
you
do you
go.
get that? I mean,
But that doesn't.
it's not
That's no.
everything.
That's
It's
always
just the
there, isn't
lookups.
it?
I don't
Yeah, I
think
thought
so.
that's the standard one that's always
Yeah,
there.
but it doesn't show you the track conditions or temps or anything like that. I think that's normal. As we
Well,
see Callum in chat there, well done, Givo. That was a
yeah, nice
fantastic
work.
race, mate. Very well
Oh,
done.
okay.
What on Gibbons?
As we
drive, mate.
saw, O Gold maybe with a little bit of sadness, struggling on those dry tyres, I dare say, as David McNulty is giving a Lamborghini a little bit of a tow down the Hanger Straight. I think that might be Isaac Norman. It is. There's a lot going on here. Oh, got to respect those qualifying rules.
Yeah, unfortunately, not allowed to lap a person on a valid lap at the moment, but you can definitely sit in behind them. It's up to you to manage that gap. Oh, as you see, he pulls out of the lap. See, let's a little wide down. Coming to Abbey, watching Bender again. The right hand down, manages to nail the apex here. Doing a good job. He's 4/10 up at the moment. Not sure how far that'll get him up into the pointy end of the field at the moment. Maybe into P10 potentially. Maintaining that 3/10 green delta at the moment. Coming into the last two corners of this and the last moments of this qualifying session as well. Oh, he's gained a little bit more time. Can he hold it?
Deep, I think.
Yeah, it ran slightly deep, but still, we've got that green delta flashing in the top left, as we can see.
Bye, Delta, my old friend.
I think I may have cursed the delta. Yep. There you go. I'm on the board, boys.
That is Sean Bubnow. I repeat, Sean Bubnow.
Otherwise known as Noski, just to.
Yeah.
As he takes the sign.
He takes
That was
the
sick.
sign out.
That's a race ban right there, David. Zachary James goes P8 for his only valid lap. Can't hate that, can ya?
Seeing as Bender is currently in the race, I think we can use Janice for the Bender fact today. In Melbourne, there are 251 languages spoken in private homes. I
How
didn't
many
even know there are
languages
that
can
many
there be?
languages.
I was just
How
thinking that, like, is
many
there even that many languages?
languages are there in the world?
Because there's like
Roughly
196 countries.
6,500 languages are spoken in the world today. Every one of them make the world a diverse and beautiful place. Thanks, Google.
And confusing.
But there's so many like sub-dialects and things like that, you know?
I think it's in Holland, somebody can correct me, but they have also something like 40 to 60 dialects in a country that small.
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
my brain's starting to hurt just thinking about saying another language.
I barely speak one.
I don't know, as an Australian, we can class it as one.
We're like British Texans, where we speak English, but it's a bit scuffed.
Well, you speak.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we speak English.
It's English.
We definitely leave letters out of words.
Australenglish.
Make noises that some other people understand.
Bloody oath. Oh, now it's
like
dry. What the god?
Yeah, unfortunately, the race is 2 hours after quali, and we
Sad.
did see that lightning of rain towards the end of the quali session. I think a few people might be saying thank you very much for the dry track, and others will be going, but I had fun. Bring back the water.
Bring back the precipitation, I say.
And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get any precipitation in the race. That little display up on the top right is just showing clouds with no water, so sad moments for Bender.
The square there close to the 100 sign.
Yeah, just to the left of the 100 sign.
Okay. See that made Pat go quiet. Sorry, Pat.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Okay, that's fine.
I apologize.
Yeah, how's that 100 watch going there, Paddy?
It's only blowing 2 from the right, so you know, nothing.
200s isn't
Nothing to
that
think
bad, is
about.
it? Yeah.
2% wind. Now everyone has to not make the mistake of starting on wets. That's a good shout. Can we just double check? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but there have been people that have made the mistake of starting on wets after a situation.
Yeah, I think that's coming from experience, unfortunately. Matty will never live that one down, sadly. Barcelona and
Well, he
him.
keeps bringing it up.
I was lucky enough that somebody in voice chat reminded me to change tires because I was on a very worn set when the race was supposed to start. And fortunately, remembered to change them.
Looks like the reverse grid has been called out, and now we're off to do our warm-up lap behind the safety car. The rest of the grid will be following behind these 12 individuals, ready for a start, hopefully, to the race. I may have already just cursed it, so that's okay.
It's over.
Just trying to take a page out of your book, Paddy.
Good idea. It's a good book. Not a lot of words, a lot of pictures. Some would call it a picture book.
There's still a book in the name, so it's still a book.
Yeah, unfortunately, Prime, there's not any opportunity to really line up in a single file anymore, the whole split, because of our new system, so. Dare say there's no more stubbies on the line, really.
So what do we reckon our top 3 from race 1 will be able to get up to?
Well, I think, though, considering the pace that they were battling at, still managed to gap the field, so they're going to be pretty spicy. As long as they get a couple clean few laps on the board initially, they might even help each other by following each other through their overtakes as they go through. Hopefully they get up in the top 5 area. I'm sure Gibbons will want to try and go back-to-back wins.
It's so tricky when there's so many people who are close on pace, because even though you are 2 or 3 tenths a lap faster than him, it's not an easy. It's a great racetrack, but it's not the easiest track to overtake on. Really, it's not hard to overtake on, but when you're closely matched on pace, it's not the easiest track to just cut through the field. And I think there's quite a few sort of fast guys up ahead of them: Richuti, Johnson, and Conboy. So I think top 5 will be a tough challenge here, barring obvious deaths. Yeah.
Would you like this one, Paddy, as well, to try and go clean sweep for the week?
Oh, or why not? Strap me in, boys. I'm ready to go, locked and loaded. Who I can't even see. We have Carl Johnson and I think it's David Bartlett, followed by Paul Boxell and Hamilton. Hamilton. That's a McLaren. Nice try, Pat. Anyway, it's going to be a bit of a delayed green light here as the reverse grid kind of just does that to the grid. Let's see what this last race of the Asia Pacific can do as we go green. Oh, bit of a chomp out of that inside curb from Samwise there, but all thinking about trying to go single file or nice and slow as we compress down into Maggot's Beckett's Cornboy. Gets absolutely, and that's Audi Tings. That is Audi Tings, and he is out of here. Samwise, that Might not have been too Samwise, but we are too wide all the way up. Going straight down towards, I think it's called Stowe for the first time. As Hamilton is looking around the inside of Raschuti and gets it done, holds him up on the apex and gets that position. But Johnson is out of here. As, oh no! Oh, I thought that was a bit of a sense. Sorry, that looked a bit funky. But John up the inside gets the job done. Still too wide. That's 3 wide. That's a send. That's a boop. That's a spin. But we're all facing the right way. Keep going. Rejoin safely. That's a spin around the outside. Never mind. That's another Kovacs driver. There's just something going on with those guys early lap 1. But as there's been some absolute wild lines through here. That 3 wide at the back there already. That's David Minolti, my hero. As Gold holds it. Nice work. Nice work. Keep it going. Keep her going.
Split Red definitely showing the spice.
Definitely one of Split Red's cleaner starts.
Oh, you've done it now.
And it's gone. It's all over.
Violence, violence, violence.
Snoots were booped. You're right. As Corey Sweet already up into P7. So phenomenal start by Sweet and Floyd. They must have got an absolute run through there somehow.
I think Samwise's little whoopsie may have put a couple of people offline for sure.
Definitely, you're right. But that was a lot. Bryce had an absolute rip. I don't know what position Bryce Manning started, but he's I don't think he was in the top 12, so he's had an absolute rip snorter of a run. As there's 4 McLarens in a row. So we go 2 Lexus, 4 McLarens, 2 Lamborghinis, 3 Ferraris. Oof. And that's a sad Audi. That's 2 Audi things in Sector 1 in 2 laps. I don't know, I think it might be a omen. That car is dancy.
Kovacs cars side by side into Stowe. This can only end well. Hey, it actually ended well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it has this time.
It hasn't ended.
Miracles do happen.
Maybe the email got sent in the Discord to everyone just not to murder one another and has been received. Nicely done. There's actually 3 Kovacs boys in a row there. So we jump up to McLaren here, sitting in P2. Trying to hunt down that rear end of the Ferrari ahead. Shooty wants a piece as well. We are trying to make up for last race's misfortunes. We see John sitting there as well, trying to get away from this McLaren.
Good sprinkle of Pro-Ams in the top 10 here. What, half of them? 5 out of 10. That's great to see. As Meddings is looking at our corn boy. Hopefully no boops were given. Slow it down. Use your brakes. Perfect. Nice work. I don't know why I'm telling you how to drive.
That's great advice.
I don't. Yeah. Just, look.
Use your brakes, and then after you've done
energy.
that and done the turn, then you press the accelerator.
My energy is dipping.
Pro tip.
Ooh. As Raschuti smashes out a 58.51. So he is on an absolute tear. Callum Gibbons in the background, thinking about turn 1 manoeuvre, thinking better of it.
Dieball's saying no goal. Something happened to Zach.
Might have turned into a Beyblade.
I think if you're sitting in Gibbons' position at the moment, you'd be wondering how Lloyd and Sweet managed to get ahead of him in front of this gaggle, but he's got his work cut out. He's got a few McLarens to get ahead. These boys are definitely not going to make it easy for him. As we're going back to see potentially happen to Holmes here. Takes too much of that inside curb into Maggots, and unfortunately...
Does a good job of getting off the track, though, I will admit.
Oh!
As he gets some friends.
Hats off to Holmes there. That's probably one of the only times it's good where you don't hold your brakes. He's managed to come off the racing line there. Very smart move.
And that is Chalmers, I think.
That was Rockford who got turned there. He's the purple one.
I know my baby's gonna sing. Yeah, that was a doozy of a first lap, but at least they're all facing the right way again and often racing.
See, the top 4 is also all within about 1.2, 1.5 seconds of each other. So that's going to be a fun 24 minutes.
And no weather on the horizon. What's going on? That would have been spicy. As on gives us his best hot lap with a 58. Oh, car in the pits already.
With a 58. Ooh,
Yeah,
Was it 58?
58.1, sorry. Thought
Pretty
that
sure
was
that's
his car in the
one in
pits.
some language.
most likely.
Une.
Un,
Is
deux,
that
trois,
French?
quatre. No, yeah, is it French?
What's that, Italian? No, it's
Oh, I'm not sure.
quattro. That's definitely Italian.
That's definitely Italian.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
this is
this
what
is...
happened to our gold. Okay.
That's the Kovac's car getting booped, but still facing the right way. And, oh, that's very tight. Oh, that was...
Oh,
They were all nose to
Bad
tail,
luck.
all three of those cars there. That's quite unfortunate.
I think he just carried a bit more speed than the Bentley, and just the slightest of touches turned him around, which was unfortunate there.
ACC Physics back at it again with the white vans.
nice little
So,
battle group here of 4.
yeah, Johnson in the lead, who, for some reason, and maybe somebody can someday explain this to me, but he drives without force feedback on purpose.
I know. I thought F1 or like some esports as Rashuti looks
Same.
down the inside, whew, but apparently it's easier. I don't know from some sort of perspective. It's easier to repeat the motions. To do the muscle memory is easier to repeat. I'm not sure. I'm
Perhaps,
sure there's
but
some
how do
sort of
you
science.
react to a slide when you can't feel any indication that you're sliding?
I
That's
don't
where I'm
know.
lost at.
I don't do it, so it mustn't be real.
Not for me, unfortunately.
That's pretty impressive, though. He's doing all right.
Definitely not something I would like to take on, especially in a T-series like this. I struggle enough as it is. I need all the help I can get.
Does he have a butt
Full
kicker or
speed.
something? No butt kicker?
Nope,
That could be
nothing.
a thing.
He has a very big fan, if that helps for immersion of
Maybe.
a
Like
windscreenless
in.
car.
Uh,
You have someone that just like turns up the settings
oh,
the
that's a
faster it
blue
goes
flag.
down.
Is that blue flag's trying to get out of the way? Not trying to give you a toe, Carl. As, oh my lord, Terry, I'm closing my eyes. I don't want to look.
Spice.
That was that. That car needs to do a little bit better to get out of the way. I think these guys are racing for the lead. Good morning, Stick Death. Good morning. Oh, I mean for you over there, yeah, over in Aotearoa. That's another language that I can speak a little bit of. As we would get a replay with Givens, giving us the content. Oh,
Oh no.
Drifteroo.
that's not a Kodak moment. Oh, as you see the cars flare. This is the best part about accidents like this. I'm sorry, Callum, but watching all the cars just disperse. Yep, nice job just to get out of the way. Rejoin safely.
Such a crappy spot to just stop as well, because there's no way you can go and cars are coming around there at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Definitely. It's also, yeah, because it's such a high speed corner. There's not a lot of bailing opportunities. Like if you see that car too late as well, so
Yeah, any small reaction might end in severe
more
death.
death.
And I think, as we said earlier in the other race, there is that little bump that if you do eat that curb just that little bit too much, it happens so fast. There's really no time to react to catch it. Unfortunately,
It's not necessarily the curb. It's like the exit of Max Beckett's. It's got like a big dip. If you
Yeah.
take too much of it on like the grassy bit, there's a big dip. We don't like dips here.
I mean, if it's like garlic and onion dip or something like that, I'm up for it. But dips on a track, not so much. Sin by McLaren there on the outside.
Trying to go outside again.
Get it done. He's trying his
Really a
hardest.
difficult place to do it.
Stick Death, we did have the super quali for this split in the rain, but the only other rain we've seen was in free practice for Split Blue. So it has all been dry as a bone.
Fun fact, your bones are wet.
Are they?
The inside
Oh,
your
look,
body.
I haven't checked them out in time. But
Considering we're
I
made
guess
up
that
of like
makes sense.
80% water. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or would they be in? Never mind. I'm not a scientist.
I was going to say, where are you going with this betting?
I was going to say blood.
Blood is a liquid.
I dare say that. I'm going to shut up. I'm just going to lay here.
I
Well,
said
it's all
fun.
good, Fatty.
I said fun fact, not Bender fact. So Bender is not allowed to be met. Fun facts are allowed.
Bender's facts are quite fun.
Yeah, like the 8 tons of poop left on frickin' Everest. That's fun.
Yeah.
Let's think about
That's a
that.
lot of
Let's think
poo.
about 8 tons of shit.
Poo facts are great.
Oh, that was what was that?
That was a
Weird.
weird interaction. These
Just a
guys
bit
are
more
just having a blast. Get some promotional shots for the upcoming 12-hour.
Chalmers wouldn't have wanted to say an old punteruno there, but I think it was just more of a bit of a, how you doing? I'm here, and it may have freaked out Viney just ever so slightly.
Interestingly, Sweet and Floyd, after their absolute barnstorming start, have not made any progress. Seeing them stuck behind Bartlett since the start of the race is must be quite frustrating.
A deja
Stick
vu
Death,
moment.
you are the only person that can give reverse track facts. Sorry. Anyone that's been to AMS2 nights, that man tried to drive a track in reverse whilst everyone else was going the other way, and it was one of the biggest jump scares, I think, of Mollick's and my life at full speed down the straight. It was quite scary. The original name for the search engine Google was Backrub. It was renamed Google after the Google, which is the #1 followed
By
by
100 zeros.
100 zeros. Wow, that's interesting. That is a fun fact. Thanks, Race Control, aka Google, because Google probably provided that fact.
High
Mate,
chance.
It's
mate,
full circle. Checkmate, Race Control.
I did ask Google to tell me a
joke.
joke.
Oh, you
Sorry,
go, mate.
Sean. And I did ask Google to tell me a joke the other day, and it was the first time that it was actually one that made me laugh. It was just, why are football stadiums so full? Because every seat has a fan in it.
That's actually not bad.
On a scale of like dad jokes and Google giving you jokes, as we go too wide through Maggots Packets, no, we don't. Never mind. On is doing the Callum Gibbons tactic right now, I think, from race 1. Just sitting, waiting, wishing for a mistake.
Now, Carl Johnson absolutely hates Silverstone, but I reckon if he gets a win here, his opinion of the track may improve ever so slightly.
It's amazing how your opinions change once you do a decent result somewhere.
John sticks around outside. Oh,
My
almost.
shins hurt after reading that line from Jan. Dead bones are dry and brittle, but living bones feel wet and a little soft. Why? Why? Now I don't know why my shins hurt, but I just feel like I've been hit by a scooter too many times in the shin or the ankle.
Doing all your sick 360 flips.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if everyone else had played a lot of sports, but I feel like my shin bone is so lumpy. Just from the sheer amount of stuff that I've kicked in my life.
Yeah, the sheer amount of trauma you've caused yourself.
I was a front row in rugby, so I got kicked in the shins daily.
I used to play hooker.
The fun thing is, your bones actually get
How about
more
rugby?
dense the more they get hit. Except for me.
Those were the old days, JP. Hockey, like field hockey. I know a couple people that play field hockey. Cool.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I'm so
Yeah.
freaking. I'd much rather play rugby than field hockey, just in terms of the sheer violence. We don't have weapons in rugby.
No. Wait, is that the right word for multiple octopus?
It
I
is.
thought it was octopi, not octopuses. I feel like he was just baiting me to say that.
Oh,
Oh!
F.
That is,
It's what happens when you go side by side in maggots and Beckers.
it's not how you put shoes on caterpillars, as Bender would say.
There's a bit of door banging prior to that final contact as well, so maybe just a little bit. I'm not going through here. As we said earlier, who wants to play chicken?
F.
Clearly, they both wanted that track space, and we all know it doesn't quite work.
As I said, On was just waiting for the moment, and he took it, and is now hunting down Johnson. So there's going to be a little Kovacs battle for the lead, I dare say, with the last 13 minutes to go, as we see another yellow flag through Maggots Beckett's. That's car 223. Not sure who that is.
John and Carl both in the team speak together, so they might be negotiating with each other at the moment.
Who
Emails
needs the
have been sent.
championship points? Team orders.
To be fair, Kovacs and team orders doesn't really happen.
Octopi is the oldest plural of octopus, coming from the belief that Latin origins should have oh my, how goddamn fast do you think I can read?
Race control, we are not all speed readers, unfortunately. Stick Deft Alexis has been doing pretty well overall, especially in this split with Sweet and Floyd. They've been performing pretty stellar, apart from the rounds that they missed. And yeah, no, it looks good. It's a shame that it won't be in next season. Ooh, that's a bit wide by Convoy there, so that might compromise his run. And Gibbons will be all over that. But as we've said before, turn 1 is not a place you want to go around the outside. Unless you are racing with another incredibly clean driver, and that was beautiful.
This is pretty good racing once again. I think tonight has been a great showcase as a car takes a different route. As I don't know who that was. It was one of the lead cars, but we're going to see just what not to maybe do at Maggots Beckett's, because it's a bit of a two-man tango. And oh, that's I don't want to say that looked like it looked how I think it looked, but maybe that was just an unfortunate effect of the initial contact.
Yeah, I think it's not what it looks like. It's actually from the original hit, I do believe.
Matt's
I'm
cursed
sure
it.
it'll be looked into.
Matt cursed it. 0 penalties so far in this one. Well, good luck, stewards, for the last 10 minutes.
Thank you, Matty, once again. Cursing people.
That's just on the ball. There it is. Here come all the lap one incidents.
Risco, if you're watching this, refer your penalty to Matty Powell. He's the one that said there would be no pens. So
even though the race start was 20 minutes ago, now they're coming through.
You see Zach Martin here, also a Kovacs member, and that was just a little bit too hot in there. And
the Bentley, when it loses control, looks like so slow motion. It doesn't spin much, does it?
The size of a barge. This is the only track for me where I found the equivalent to Audi things with Bentley things, where the rear end just says, "Okay, I'm overtaking you now, and there's nothing you can do about it," and it just goes. So
interesting.
it doesn't really happen anywhere else. But there's quite a lot of corners here where there's very high speed, light braking, and then like a fast turn in. So this battle for the lead is going to get interesting now with Sweet finally clearing Bartlett. And Johnson will be seeing a very full rear mirror for the last 10 minutes of this race.
The medium speed track. Is it medium speed? That's probably a good mix of high speed and medium speed, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the fastest corners, but it's very high sort of weight transfer on the turn-ins, and that's the thing where the Bentley just doesn't like it. Especially turn
like
one and slow.
And through here.
It's a bit wide by Swede. And the penalties are starting to roll in at the moment. So, Matty Powell, I'd start clearing out your inbox because it's going to become full.
Everyone watching this back, Matthew Powell, that's Ravenous Aardvark in the Discord. Just send him a message. I'm sure he'll sort you out.
You see John here looking at the back end of the Fez, wondering how close he's going to get and where he would potentially make his move.
Seeing as me and John and Carl are sharing a car in the Enduros, I would hope that they won't murder each other, so we don't have an awkward moment for 12 hours.
Philpott getting a second slap on the wrist. So the steward's under the pump for these last 10 minutes to get all these penalties out. So I'm not envious, but hopefully they can have a cold beer after this one.
We see him dip wheels into the grass there. It won't give him the best exit out of Beckett's. I don't know what the speed comparison is between the Fez and the Bentley here, so I don't think he's going to have much of a shout coming into Stowe. We see Sanderson receive his penalty as well.
Ferrari didn't get the best run. Wow. Oh. I think the Ferrari is one of the faster ones in the straight line, from memory. Compared to the Bentley,
goes for the lead.
Wow, go son.
Sweet wants a piece of this as well. Sees his opportunity. Tries to sneak up the inside. And McLaren wants it as well. This might end in tears, unfortunately. They might try to go too wide here.
Clenching.
They thought better of it. Status quo prevails. They're going to continue on. That was a bit spicy there. Sweet's definitely looking pacey at the moment. Maybe wants to redeem the unfortunate loss of P1 last race.
In the background, in that little screen too, there was almost death at the same corner. So I can't watch.
Right back.
No worries.
GP. Yeah, Sweet was definitely looking nice and pacey there. Tried to go for the opportunity. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it stick. McLaren got a bit spooky for him. So as we see John enjoying the fact he has that fresh air ahead of him at the moment, he will be trying to see what he can do. Potentially get a bit of a gap going on here. And maybe ease the pressure off himself for a podium finish.
Question, Rugrass, but that I cannot answer. I think, isn't this McLaren's first season in sprint?
Yes, I do believe it is his first in sprint.
So probably a good car to pick. Good evening, Nick. Not a bad effort from you tonight, mate. Stick Death, I dare say they're all crying about how poorly their car goes around this track. But I don't think there are any BMWs on Thursday nights. I know there are at least...
I think there was one last night in yellow. I think Kai Rudin drives
Kai Rudin, and then I think usually in our split there's about 3 with Burrs, Cruz, and someone else that I'm forgetting.
Hey George, how you going, mate?
But yes, chat. If you haven't already, don't forget to thumbs up the stream. It's so easy to do. 1 click away, and subscribe if you haven't already. Nick, I didn't, but I saw the 1,000 videos that you put in your split, so I'll be sure to check them out.
McLaren looking very pacey through this section of the track. Oh, there's been a little boop in the snoot.
That is where you just have to be careful. Different cars go through there differently, and unfortunately that has been Corey's no-no zone tonight. He has had no luck through that part of the track. That is very unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I think that's another curse on my end. Very sweet, but you can send me an email later. I will apologise.
McLaren's going to get another paddling for that one. Yeah, it's just a tough part of the track to go too wide as well.
Yeah, you definitely have to weigh it up at some points. Is it worth trying to do the move here? Should I just try and size up for a better one next time? But we all try and make those choices at those split seconds, unfortunately. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Yep.
Floyd has been gifted a few posies because of it. Up into P3 now. He was, I think, P7. Could be wrong
I think
by
so.
that.
No, I think so. I think that's right. It definitely wasn't sweet, but it was sweet, unfortunately. Sweet, but not sweet. Let's call it sour.
Sweet and sour?
No, just sour.
Sour, yeah, okay.
I'm not much of a sour guy, I'll be honest. How about yourself? Are you into
Oh, look,
the
I
sour
can
things?
rate it. That's not bad. Yeah, time and place, more than anything.
Sour sweets are the best.
Nah.
Sour
can't do it.
worms or something like that, they're fantastic.
Only sour is sweet and sour sauce with my McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Oh, the chicken nuggies.
Yeah,
Do rate them.
definitely. But yeah, I don't think Corn Boy got hit. Not from what I saw. Could be wrong. If the plural of octopus is octopi, is the plural of sonicus sonici?
In English, yes.
Yeah, it's just gotta be careful there. No, stewards will do a great job as always, but I think you just gotta be prepared a bit more, seeing as how close you are in a high-speed corner. Cars go through there differently, but we will leave that one to our beautiful volunteer group of stewards and race directors.
Yeah, Stick, that does sound like a bit of a villain from, I must admit, one of my favourite series growing up as a child. The old Dragon Ball.
That'd be a good alias, Sonicar. Rolls off the tongue well.
Also, just to point out, Mr. Bender McNulty is up for the AM class win again.
Yep. Doing a great job, isn't he? In his not so natural habitat, I wouldn't say. There's not enough precipitation for him to be comfortable.
Upgrading class coming, maybe, potentially.
Nah, I think he wants that AM class
He wants the M class
championship.
win.
I think so. He would love it. Especially if he's possibly getting a trophy, which was mentioned by Malik.
Ooh, shiny stuff.
Yeah.
We all like the shiny stuff.
Everyone likes shiny things. He's doing a great job. I don't want to bring too much light to it, but he's doing a great job.
You don't want to curse like me?
Not for class winners, only overall. Oh, right. Well, never mind. I take that back.
It's also a good time to remind everyone to like and subscribe just before we finish this race, as there should be one more lap, I would say.
Yep, definitely. Johnson looking at the back of David Bartlett. These McLarens have just been working together all night. It's funny that. What car is favourable around this place again?
Not the Jaguar.
His cousin in the McLaren, I dare say. Wait, something happened for the lead. When did that happen?
3 laps ago? 4 laps ago?
Oh,
Yeah,
didn't think it was that big
we
a
called
gap.
that.
He's absolutely gotten out of here. Maybe the defence from Floyd is, from Johnson on Floyd has just let John go. It's great to watch.
There is something about free air though. Well, as we see Floyd, as the Lexus got the legs on the Fez, they're going to try and keep him in that narrow line through Stowe. Keep the pace on, have him up into the next corner, which is the chicane. Does he hold on to this position? Oh, there's been a bit of contact. And again, no.
And make it a third time, why not?
No thirds, please.
That was a third time. This is where the Lexus struggles in these super low speed parts of the track, so I don't know, I think that was a bit of Robbins racing, I'm not sure. There was an odd ACC bounce there, and I think we should just be lucky that we're all facing the right way still. As McLaren gets a 10-second penalty for that collision, I dare say, with Sweet, which is probably... He's probably thankful it was only a tenner, but these next three drivers right behind him in this battle pack are going to be laughing. But I do agree, Nick, the Lexus is probably one of the better sounding cars in this simulator.
You got to rate the sound of the Lexus. It is nice.
And it's a rocket down the straight. But
we can see John coming around the final corner.
Takes the bloody win in race 2 here for Split Red. Things you love to see.
It's about bloody time.
Get in there. Nice work.
Congratulations. Is that his first win, JP?
Yep. Last week was his first podium, this week is his first win.
And it's a bloody race to the line here. As Bartlett, Johnson, Comboy, and Sweet, I think, are all going to get bumped up a spot. As Gibbons is fighting David McNulty, our M-Class winner for the race. Nice job.
Back-to-back class wins for Bender here. Job, sir. Well done.
That's a lot of penalties as we go down the order. Oh. Chalmers
red.
and Quillo. Ugh. That's an entertaining night of racing.
A good job all around. Both the Split Blue and Split Red have definitely kept us on the edge of our seats through both, all 4 races, I should say. Hats off to those guys.
Nice work, O'Gold. You didn't get cursed this week. Things you love to see. Pulls it over nice and early on that red flag. Yep, that's the red flag. There's a car there. That's an interesting flag to be throwing for fun. Just thinking about it. I don't know. I've never seen that before, actually. Oh, that car was
that
making noises.
It's broken.
Oh no, a Ferrari. It's broken.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the left on that. Can't really quite put my finger on what it is. It definitely needs to be put into the garage and looked at. Further detail. Just
warming down. No, fix it.
It's been fixed.
Take that, drone man. As Peterson has pulled up,
supporting the blue flag team.
Maybe out of fuel. Is that a sadness stop? He didn't cross the line, did he?
It doesn't look like it.
Go team blue flags. Where's
These
Liston
guys? They have the biggest shoulders. I think that's maroon.
You're a maroon. Oh, sorry, you meant maroon, the color. Sorry.
What? What does that even mean? As there's some day fireworks there, things you love to see. But this does conclude the Asia Pacific round. On to Europe in the morning, and then North America not too long after that. But as this server ticks over, we will have a look at the results for the split.
There we go. The server's decided it wants to play ball now.
Nah, nice race, Bender. I tried to not talk about your race, so I didn't curse you. And it's all there. But as we return to garage and check our leaderboards for Split Red, first race we had Callum Gibbons, followed by Corey Sweet and Ben Floyd in the Pro class. And then Jamie Cornboy taking out the Pro-Am victory in race 1, followed by Pinata and McLaren. And in Am class, we had David McNulty, followed by Gary Philpott and Jason Leonard Scott in the Am class. And then race 2, we had John Sanikas, followed by Ben Floyd and Carl Johnson in overall. And then Pro-Am, we had David Bartlett, Jamie Conboy, and Bryce Mannings taking out the podium. Nice work. And David McNulty, once again, Tom Sanderson, and Munoz taking out the AM for the week. So, once again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me in the commentator's box.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It was great fun, as always.
Definitely. And thank you, everyone in the chat, for joining us tonight. I think that's it's going to be me signing us off.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks,
Everyone
Mark.
have a good night. Thanks
Yep.
for the grey racing, split blue and red.
Awesome. Have a good one, everyone.